the Lions laid an egg last week. The Lions aren't that team in the NFC where you say, watch out. You just kind of say, oh, yeah, they're good. The Commanders, their season has gone off the rails, and I think the Lions win. And Commanders getting 8.5 in that one, Jared Goff. Out here in Santa Clara at Levi's Stadium, the 49ers host the Rams. I was mentioning, I think the Rams win that as well. The Niners, not often a 6-3 team, are receiving 4.5. They are, but I think Stafford has a pretty nice day against San Francisco. I just wonder, are the Niners the team that's farthest apart from where they actually say they play? Because it's an hour drive, and I know the Meadowlands is not a full hour drive from New York City. I know that Foxborough is about 45 minutes with no traffic. But anyway, the Niners will lose that game. Then Sunday Night Football, Chargers host the Steelers. This is a good one. And I'd take whoever's at home, so I got to take San Diego. What are they called? LA. I got to take the Chargers. And then Monday Night Football, we can talk more about it on Monday. But at Lambeau, Packers host Eagles, another really good one in the NFC. Packers favored by just 1.5. They're 5-2-1. Eagles 6-2. This could have big playoff ramifications head-to-head, as they're not in the same division. This is their one shot to get over on the other one. And I do like the Packers at home in this one. All right. We also found out where the Jags are going to be playing for 2027. Everbank Stadium is going to be undergoing renovations. Have reservations for your renovations. Yes. And so they needed a place to play. And the Orlando Sentinel is reporting right here in Orlando. They're saying they're going to go to Camping World Stadium. And this is something that 75% of team owners have to agree to. And I don't see why they would say no to that. There were some potential other sites. One was Ben Hill Griffin Stadium. That's on the campus of the University of Florida. And the other one was this Camping World Stadium. Camping World Stadium is no stranger to the NFL. It hosted the Pro Bowl there for 4 years. So I don't see a problem there. How many games are going to play in Orlando is to be determined anyway. Instead of like 8 or 9, it'll probably be more like 6 because they're already scheduled to play at Wembley in 2027. And there's talk that they might like to just stay there for a month and play 4 games, or at the least stay there 3 weeks and play 3 games. So the renovations at Everbank Stadium, they say, will keep the Jags in Jacksonville, quote, for decades to come. Now, remember when Shad Khan bought the team, there were tarps in the upper deck, a la Lou Wolf, Oakland Coliseum. When I had Lou Wolf on this show, I asked about the tarps, and he said, I can't believe people are still talking about that. And I said, well, Lou, they're still there. And he said, that's a fair point. So the construction will begin right at the end of the stadium. Next year, the stadium will hold only 5,000. They're going to still play there while they're working on it. And then 26, they got to shut the whole thing down. Or I should say in 27, they got to shut the whole thing down. So then it'll wrap up and be back for 2028. What do you need? What do we need? A widened footprint. Huh? They're making where the stadium sits, the property, 4 times larger. There will be technology. I just love that. Technology. There will be a shade canopy. It will reduce heat retention by 70%. By the way, that Berlin Stadium, the roof folds into the scoreboard in the middle. You got to see it to believe it. Those Germans. It will also include a 360-degree concourse, bigger space for football operations, better vertical transportation. What does that mean? Elevators. Other updated infrastructure. The budget is $1.4 billion, and they're splitting it down the middle. And that is $625 million from the city of Jacksonville, the other from the team. And they say the city, if it goes over budget, they're willing to throw in another $150 million in taxpayer money. Yeah. So that will also disrupt the annual college rivalry game between Florida and Georgia. The programs will move away from Everbank Stadium during those seasons, and they will be hosted once at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta and then Raymond James. That's in Tampa as well. And some people hear this and they go, oh, what a bunch of schmucks, what a bunch of suckers giving up money that could be spent on potholes and streetlights and schools and libraries. But as a sports fan, I think it's worth it. I really do. To get a team to stay forever. And when you think about it, there's no reason an NFL team should be in Jacksonville, Florida. That's not a big league city. It's just not. But it is. I mean, Lambeau and Green Bay, I get it. They were just vestigial. That's when Massillon and Canton, Bulldogs, they all had teams, and they just happened to survive. So kudos to them. There's no reason for a team in Jacksonville. So good for them to hold on to it. All right, I'm Rick Tittle, a little comedy on the other side. Get on back.
It's me, Flo, here to tell you that with the Progressive Home and Auto Bundle, you get 24/7 protection, so you're covered no matter where the day takes you.
Even I added too much water to the pizza dough day?
Yep.
How about getting a call from my daughter to pick her up at the airport because her boyfriend is unreliable day?
Especially that day.
What about finding out that one of my pipes suddenly burst in my basement day?
Progressive has every day covered 24/7 with the Home and Auto Bundle. Also, you have a lot of bad days.
Oh no, that was all the same day.
At least you're covered with Progressive.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Keep listening for details on how to get up to $300 airline credit. Sky Holidays introduces a one-of-a-kind air credit program. Our buying team got a little too aggressive in getting hotel and air deals, so now we have to liquidate our prices. Here's how. Whether you want to go to Paris, Las Vegas, London, Atlanta, Hawaii, or anywhere else in the world, we have amazing deals. Book a selected hotel and we'll give you up to $300 airline credit. Now you can book your vacation and get a free credit to use towards airline travel. We'll book both, airline and hotel, with one simple phone call. We have access to most airlines and deals on thousands and thousands of places to stay. Call right now, book your hotel rooms, claim your airline credit. You can change or modify it at any time. 800-256-4816. 800-256-4816. That's 800-256-4816.
Every champion has a team behind them. And for thousands of families without insurance, Christ Clinic is that team. At Christ Clinic in Katy, Texas, they provide high-quality, faith-based health care to people who can't afford it. Because everyone deserves a shot at health, no matter their income or insurance status. Their doctors, volunteers, their mission, rooted in compassion. Their impact, over 10,000 patient visits every year and growing. But they do it without help from fans like you. If you ever cheered for a comeback story, this is your chance to be a part of one. Donate today at ChristClinicKaty.org and help them keep the doors open for those who need it most. One gift can be the difference between surviving and thriving. Christ Clinic in Katy, where health meets hope and faith goes to work. That's Christ Clinic Katy, spelled Katy.org. Team up with them today. Getting together with friends to watch the game? Then you'll need American Premium Vodka. Handcrafted and pure, this is the one thing all Americans can agree on. Founder Mark Gus Scott chose the finest natural elements America has to offer, and you'll taste how great it is to be an American. Now available at Bevmo, GoPuff, Hy-Vee, and Fairway stores. American Premium Vodka. This is the America we need right now. Go to AmericanPremiumVodka.com. Celebrate responsibly.
By noon, I need them 8,000 hens moved into their new cages. Sometimes they don't want to cooperate.
Please stand by for this special presentation of the iMedia One Network on the Live 365 Network and the Live 365 app.
Hey, yeah, let's see how you do under pressure. Hey, yeah, let's see how you do under pressure.
McDonald High School, Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240 presents the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Playoff Game of the Week. Tonight, it is the D7 Region 25 quarterfinals between the Warren John F. Kennedy Eagles and the McDonald Blue Devils. Hi, everyone. Back with you this Friday. Mark Means, Dave Clark, Michael Rickard on the numbers, Matthew Craven at the iMedia Studios in Struthers. And Dave, we've been looking forward to this one all week long.
Oh, yeah. This is one that I think is going to be really a game that's going to be nip and tuck. Don't pay any attention to the record. This, I think, could be a nip and tuck type game.
Warren John F. Kennedy 6-5, winners of 6 straight, including an opening round win last week against a powerhouse program in D7, Norwalk St. Paul, 42-27. McDonald, they had the first round bye as one of the top 4 seeds in their region. They are 10-0 coming into play today. We're going to take our first break here on the pregame show. When we come back, we'll go inside the Cleveland Cobras Coach's Corner and hear from Coach Butte of the Warren John F. Kennedy Eagles. That's up next after this break here on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Are you ready to join the legacy? This is your chance to become part of something special with the Youngstown Patricians. Honoring the proud football tradition of the Valley, we're on the lookout for talented post-high school athletes who want to make their mark on the field. Whether you're a seasoned high school athlete, college, or former professional player, develop your skills and become part of a team that values hard work, dedication, and community spirit. Don't wait. Begin your path to the gridiron by visiting youngstownpat.com or contacting us on Facebook at the Youngstown Patricians. Be bold, be legendary, join the Youngstown Patricians today.
Discount Power Sports LLC is continuing to grow. They offer ATVs, dirt bikes, go-karts, electric bicycles, while offering off-road power sport repair services. Located at 758 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to the newly renovated Village Tavern. Discount Power Sports LLC also offers financing and accepts all major credit cards. Discount Power Sports LLC, find them online at discountpowersports.biz. Discount Power Sports LLC, where value meets adventure.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
We now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
We are back inside the Cleveland Cobras Coach's Corner with the head coach of the Warren John F. Kennedy Eagles. And boy, Coach, it's been a season of runs for your squad. You come up short the first 5 games, which are really on a roll now, winning 6 straight.
Yeah, you're, that front half of the schedule, those are some great teams that are still alive in the playoffs. Our first 3 games are 1-score games at halftime, and we just didn't come out on the winning end of it for a lot of reasons, but winning helps everything. So here we are, and we're fortunate to be in this situation.
You've made a few changes in your lineup, especially at the quarterback spot. How much has that really keyed this winning streak you're on right now?
Oh my gosh! I mean, if you just put on LaMarcus Provett's highlight tape, I mean, he's magical. He does things that you can't coach. You get one of those kids probably every 10 years when you coach, and he is he's just wonderful with the football in his hands, and he's has a competitive fire about him, and he's a goofball and a class clown. So he adds a lot to our team on and off the field, and we're lucky to have him.
Coach, big win in round 1 for your team against Norwalk St. Paul. And you put up 42 points offensively and move on to round 2. How overall do you think your team played in that game?
I thought we played pretty well, in terms of 4 quarters. I thought, we didn't punt, but we did give up an onside kick to start the second half, and we fumbled the ball, so that's considered 2 turnovers. And then defensively, you put on the film, and we're not gap sound a whole lot. But in terms of answering the bell, hey, if somebody said you're going to play Norwalk St. Paul or a blue blood at Division 7, you're going to play Mogador, Norwalk St. Paul, one of those, McDonald, one of those teams, you got to bring your chin strap. So I was happy that our young team, that they answered the call of physicality and being in the moment. That's more so than anything when you got a group of young kids.
Well, Coach, you mentioned the Blue Bloods in D7, and you get one of them tonight in McDonald. First off, they run an offense you don't see a lot anymore. How difficult was it to prepare for this matchup tonight?
Oh my gosh, I'm just so frustrated at practice. Hey, try getting, your freshmen and sophomores to line up in the wing tee that you have not seen all year. And you're holding up a picture of a play for them to run. And you got 2 guys running into each other. And, it's just so frustrating with all the formations and things that they do. And it's not just practice planning, How do you sleep at night when you're going against a wing tee that, hey, they have 4 or 5 different guys that can score. And then not only are they in the wing tee, they can throw out of it. And when they do have the most success is when they play action and, protect that quarterback with 8 or 9 guys, and he just throws it to the moon and guys are tracking it. It's the challenge this week is unbelievable. They do such a great job. So, hey, we might have to score 75 to win, but, we'll try.
Coach, when you look at matching up against an offense like this and you're teaching it to your team, how much of it is it just discipline and staying in your spot and staying in your lane, potentially waiting for the play to come to you?
Yeah, so that's a great question because it's so hard to plan for. We can't be Mr. Football Big Brain. We are going to try to be as simple can be. If we can't fit our defensive game plan on a Post-it note, then it's too much. So we're going to try to be just as simple as we can. Let our kids read their keys, line them up correctly, and just play football and rally to the football and just try to hit and get that ball loose a little bit.
Let's go to the other side of the football, Coach. How do you plan on offensively attacking McDonald's defense?
So they're really big in the middle. They got 2 kids over 300 pounds that kind of control the middle. And then, you can't really run outside because of Zajac. He's all a 6'4", 230. And then their linebackers are very fast and athletic, and they're great tacklers. And then at the DB spot, they're all fast. You got Zero and Perry, and you got Crumpack at 22, and they do a great job. They don't move a whole lot, but in order for us to win the game offensively, we're going to have to sustain drives, run the football, keep our offense on the field, and then when we get a calculated shot, whether it's a trick play or something, we got to cash in on those because in a playoff game, you only get about 1 to 3 of those moments.
Coach, your time is appreciated. Best of luck tonight, and thank you.
Hey, thank you, and thanks for covering Warren JFK.
We'll take a break. We'll come back with more of the pregame show up next.
Are you ready to join the legacy? This is your chance to become part of something special with the Youngstown Patricians. Honoring the proud football tradition of the Valley, we're on the lookout for talented post-high school athletes who want to make their mark on the field. Whether you're a seasoned high school athlete, college, or former professional player, develop your skills and become part of a team that values hard work, dedication, and community spirit. Don't wait. Begin your path to the gridiron by visiting youngstownpat.com or contacting us on Facebook at the Youngstown Patricians. Be bold, be legendary, join the Youngstown Patricians today. Village Tavern's been a beloved local landmark in Hubbard, Ohio for nearly a century, and now it's better than ever. Recently renovated and still serving up the same warm hospitality, the Village Tavern is your go-to spot for great food, cold drinks, and a laid-back atmosphere. Whether you're stopping in for dinner, catching up with friends, or just looking to relax, you'll enjoy a full menu of American favorites, rotating drink specials, and friendly service that makes every visit memorable. Be sure to visit the Village Tavern at 746 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to Repair That Glass. To learn more, go to villagetavern3.com. Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley. Are you ready to hit the gridiron and make your mark? The Cleveland Cobras are recruiting players and coaches for the upcoming Premier Amateur Football League season. We're looking for passion, grit, and the relentless drive to win. Whether you're a seasoned vet or hungry rookie, your shot starts now. Join a brotherhood, build a legacy, strike with the Cobras. Follow us on Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football, or for league information, visit TAFLfootball.com to get started today. Team, pride, Cobras. We now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
And we welcome you back here to the home of the McDonald Blue Devils as we get set for the D7 Region 25 quarterfinals between Warren John F. Kennedy and McDonald. You just heard from Coach Butte of Warren John F. Kennedy. Dave, 6-5 on the season. They are averaging 28.6 points per game offensively, giving up 26.9 points per game defensively. For the McDonald Blue Devils, they are scoring 32.3 points per game offensively, giving up just 12 points per game defensively, and another unbeaten season in their 100th year of football.
Yeah, I mean, how can you cap it off with a season like that? A plus 20 in scoring.
Let's jump right back in the coach's corner and hear from Coach Williams of the Blue Devils. Pre-game show continues on the Cleveland Cobras Coach's Corner, joined by Coach Williams of the McDonald Blue Devils. And Coach, first off, congratulations on completing the undefeated regular season. It's always a special thing to do something like that, especially in your 100th season of football.
Yeah, thank you very much. It was one of those seasons like a storybook, you know. To do that in our 100th year of football and to go 10-0 was a great accomplishment. I'm proud of our team and proud of the way they battled all year, and we're looking to move on here as we play playoffs this week.
Coach, kind of a two-part question. How do you feel about the byes in the first round, and how did your team go about using that week off?
Yeah, well, I tell you what, I won't be able to answer that question, I don't think, until Friday, to be honest with you about the bye. I thought, not that we were a little stale, a little unmotivated, but when you don't know who your opponent's going to be, that's tough. You know, we didn't have a seed where, you might have had a lopsided, first-round game. We had the 8-9 winner, and we weren't quite sure who was going to be that winner. So that first week, we worked a lot of fundamentals, got back to the basics, shortened some things down, and we tried to throw some things at them a little bit that each team might throw at us this coming Friday. And then this week here, once we got our opponent, we're able to dial in. Our kids are refocused. But, I think it's going to be a good thing overall. The bye is going to be a good thing.
You look at facing Warren John F. Kennedy tonight, Coach, and they got off to a tough start. They made a couple of changes, and they've reeled off 6 straight victories. How do you prepare to slow down that high-powered offense?
Yeah, they're going to be a real challenge. I mean, they got some great athletes and some big linemen up front, and they spread you out from sideline to sideline, and then try to get their athletes in space. So it's going to be difficult. We're up for the challenge. We played some similar teams like they have, or like they are, throughout the season, and we're able to have some success. So we're going to draw from that success we had with some other teams that we played, and just prepare and do the best we can come Friday tonight.
We talked about that early on in the season about your offense and how it's difficult to prepare for. Do you think it's even more difficult when you're facing a team in the playoffs that they might not be familiar with you, and it's an offense that takes some time to you even put a scout team together to get ready for?
Yeah, our wing T offense definitely gives people problems, I think, with preparation. You know, when you try to get your JV team to, simulate our offense and simulate it with the speed of our offense and things like that. So I know they probably haven't faced an offense like ours this year. They predominantly face a lot of spread teams where, they're in the shotgun and different things like that. And we're under center with a lot of deception. So it's hopefully it gives them some problems to, prepare and it'll be to our advantage.
Finally, Coach, what is a key to defend home field and move on to the next round of the playoffs?
Yeah, always nice to be at home, and that's definitely a bonus and a plus for us. And I think it's the weather doesn't look real great right now, so it's going to take ball security and things like that. But if we can win the turnover battle and play great defense, keep their athletes at bay a little bit, we're going to be okay.
Coach, appreciate your time and best of luck.
No, you're welcome. Thank you.
We'll take a break. We'll have more of the pregame show up next.
Are you ready to join the legacy? This is your chance to become part of something special with the Youngstown Patricians. Honoring the proud football tradition of the Valley, we're on the lookout for talented post-high school athletes who want to make their mark on the field. Whether you're a seasoned high school athlete, college, or former professional player, develop your skills and become part of a team that values hard work, dedication, and community spirit. Don't wait. Begin your path to the gridiron by visiting youngstownpat.com or contacting us on Facebook at the Youngstown Patricians. Be bold, be legendary, join the Youngstown Patricians today. Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
Discount Power Sports LLC is continuing to grow. They offer ATVs, dirt bikes, go-karts, electric bicycles, while offering off-road power sport repair services. Located at 758 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to the newly renovated Village Tavern. Discount Power Sports LLC also offers financing and accepts all major credit cards. Discount Power Sports LLC. Find them online at discountpowersports.biz. Discount Power Sports LLC, where value meets adventure.
Western Reserve Radio is the Valley's online source for sports talk and local live events. Tune in and be a part of their live weekly shows, as well as all of the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey, high school football, and the GDFL. Find them at westernreserveradio.com. Tune in and the Live 365 app to be a part of the area's sports conversation. Be sure to visit them on Facebook at Western Reserve Radio and on Twitter at WR_radio.
We now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
And good evening, and we welcome you back to McDonald High School, home of the Blue Devils, for this Division 7 Region 25 quarterfinal between the 6-5 Warren John F. Kennedy Eagles and the 10-0 McDonald Blue Devils. The homestanding Blue Devils, blue pants, blue jerseys, white numbers, blue helmet with the white M on the side. The JFK Eagles, white pants, white jerseys, blue numbers with the white K on the side of the uniform. Dave, a little chilly, a little rainy, but the rain has held off so far tonight.
Yeah, this is football weather. This is the time. We're in November, early November, but I tell you still, this is football weather. This is what you wait for. You work all those summers long and get ready for this, and this is what you end up where you want to be.
These two teams meeting on the gridiron for just the second time. The first meeting, November 10th of 2007, first round of the playoffs. It was a Warren John F. Kennedy 46-8 victory. And Dave, you look at the way these two teams like to operate, this could be a quick ball game tonight.
Yeah. I mean, they keep it on the ground, and they stay in bounds, Mark. So that clock continues to run. So this could be a quick one as far as time is concerned, but this should be a battle.
You are listening to Sports Radio 1240 WBBW Youngstown, a Cumulus media station, and Western Reserve Radio 2, part of the iMedia One network. Getting set to kick off round two, and I asked Coach Williams in our pregame chat what he felt about the first round bye, and Dave, he said, ask him after the game.
Yeah, he'll be able to evaluate that at that time, because sometimes teams that are on a roll, you want to keep playing. But, you know, sometimes when you got a little bit of people banged up with little injuries, then you want that week so they can get healthy and be ready for that next game.
McDonald will receive to begin tonight's game. It'll be Casey Miller back deep, along with Josh Crumpack to return the kick. And it's getting set to kick for the Eagles. That's Anthony Georgalis, the senior, who handles the kicking duties for the Eagles of Warren John F. Kennedy. This kickoff brought to you by the Village Tavern in Hubbard, reminding you for nearly 100 years, the Village Tavern is one of the area's favorite local spots for great food, cold drinks, and a laid-back atmosphere. Find them at 746 North Main Street in Hubbard or online at villagetavern3.com. We are underway with a low bouncing kick brought back across the 25 to the 30 and down near the 35-yard line. That opening return is going to be brought back by LaMarcus Provett, one of the up men.
Yeah, I tell you that hit there, contact early, that's what you want. I love that. That gets you into the ball game right away.
Kyle Puckett is the senior quarterback, 1,537 yards through the air, 21 touchdowns, just 5 interceptions. It'll be Preston Van Meter at the wing back, Casey Miller at the tailback, Drew Zajac at the fullback spot. So we saw them a couple weeks ago when they really spread the football around, Dave.
Yeah, we sure did. And they get everybody involved. So you got to be on your P's and Q's for us defensively, because they use everyone.
Going to go trips to the right. Puckett under center. Single back is Zajac, who gets the handoff on first down. Spinning off of a tackle. He'll dive across the 40 and down near the 41-yard line. And that's going to be a good run for Zajac of 6 yards on first down.
Yeah, that's what you want on first down. Now you open that playbook wide open. I mean, you're 2nd and 4. You got a lot of things you can do now.
2nd and 4. McDonald right to left here in this opening quarter. They're going to split a one receiver out to the outside of the right. That is Jordan Perry. Wing to the right side. They will run it with Casey Miller from the wing back spot. He's going to be tripped up behind the line, and Miller loses 2. It brings up now a 3rd and 6.
Boy, I tell you, the corner there, or that might be the strong safety if I look at number 3 there. He came up and lowered the boom. He read that perfectly and got into the backfield.
3rd and 6, 11 minutes to play in this opening quarter on the Youngstown Patricians high school football playoff game of the week. Puckett going to get the play from the sidelines. He'll bring it in. Van Meter, a wingback, 203 yards, 4 touchdowns. Casey Miller, the tailback, 732 yards and 10 touchdowns. Drew Zajac, 900 yards and 10 touchdowns. Puckett under center, looks to throw on 3rd down. Has Perry wide open across the 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown at Jordan Perry, as he found himself wide open over the middle for 61 yards and a McDonald touchdown.
Yeah, I tell you, that right there, Provett was on the coverage there, and that was bad technique, as he allowed him to have the inside track on a slant, and then he wanted to jump the route without deep help. You got to have help if you want to jump the route. He tried to jump the route, missed it, and nobody's left back there to get him.
Scoring drive for the Blue Devils. 3 plays, 65 yards, and the extra point is up and good by Anthony Larson. And just like that on the opening possession, Dave, we will keep it right here. The Blue Devils strike quick early.
Yeah, I tell you, and I'm just thinking, I believe him with his athletic ability at corner. I think he thought he had inside help from the safety, because that's perfect coverage to do that. You can try to jump the route. If you don't get it, then the safety has him. He tried to jump the route. There was nobody there when he caught it, and it was for 6.
Well, how much of that was, I mean, we see this offense run under center, but just a little bit of play action can really affect that play.
Oh, yeah, that could do it there, but that's one of those, when they say check with me, you're at the safety position. You want to check with them to let them know, hey, you got the inside for me? And that way, when you communicate that, you know just how you want to play that corner position. If you don't get no communication from them, you stay heads up and force them to the outside.
So Kyle Puckett, Jordan Perry, a pair of seniors connecting on the 61-yard touchdown pass. Larson's extra point is good. It's a 7-0 lead early here for the Blue Devils, as they are going to get set to kick the football off. We will reset everything as the ball fell off the tee.
Yeah.
A little bit of wind.
Yeah, I'm trying to look around and see evidence of wind gusts. But
Larson ready to kick this one off. Another Village Tavern kickoff will bounce on the ground, be picked up across the 25-30, across the 35, sliding down near the 40-yard line. That is where the Eagles will take over. First down and 10 for their opening possession of the day. That was Brian Rudd on the return for the Eagles.
Yeah, they got some guys that got some speed there, it looks like, on JFK there. So you don't want any of them guys getting on the perimeter.
LaMarcus Probert is the quarterback, the senior, 613 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, 1 interception. He has added 1,072 yards on the ground and 23 touchdowns. Stephen Thomas, the senior tailback, adds another 1,052 yards and 14 touchdowns on the ground. Probert going to put one receiver out wide to the left, trips to the right side, single back in the backfield is Thomas. Probert overlooking the defense, takes the snap, gives the ball to Thomas in the hole across the 45 and down near the 47-yard line. That was a quick slashing run by Stephen Thomas.
Yes, it was.
For a nice gain on first down.
And very good block by the inside, the guard on the right side. I mean, he took his defender right out of the play, and that was a nice, sharp cut for Thomas, and he got up in there. That's about an 8-yard gain.
The market at second and we'll call it 2. Long 2. Ball on the 47-yard line. Snap back to Probert. He's going to keep it. Try to dance to the outside. He'll get a block. Now cut inside that block. Has the first down and more before he's being pushed back after. He needed 3. Probert got about 5. And that's it. Eagles first down and flags after the play.
Yeah. I wanted it. A lot of people came in there after his progress was already stopped. See if what they call here.
So we've got our referee across the field that is closer to the JFK sideline. So if they're going to get a penalty, sideline warning, dead ball, personal foul on a JFK. So after that first down run by Probert, now they'll back him up 15 on this, the first penalty of our evening.
Wow.
So the dead ball foul, it will remain first down, but it is now first and long for the Eagles.
Now, I'm seeing if they're going to move the markers back because it still looks like it's just 10 yards for the first down. They moved the down chain.
So Probert working out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, fakes it to his running back, and he's going to be dropped behind the line back near the 35-yard line. Probert's going to lose about 2 yards. It's going to set up a second down and 12 now for the Eagles. Nine minutes to play in this opening quarter. 7-0 McDonald. If you're just tuning in, a Puckett to Perry 61-yard touchdown strike through the air got the scoring underway. Trips to the right, twins to the left. Probert alone on the backfield. Stands in the pocket, flips the pass downfield, and it goes off the hands of his intended receiver. Trying to get the ball to Giovanni Williams. It's going to bring up third down and 12. And this is not a situation JFK finds themselves comfortably in, Dave.
Yeah, no, because they're not a passing football team. They want to run the ball, control the clock, and this is really out of their element right here.
Trips to the right, twins to the left, Probert alone in the backfield. Takes the snap, drops the throw on 3rd and 12. Pump fakes, eyes downfield. Still looking downfield, now going to throw on the run, and that pass is going to be incomplete. Had a man out there into McDonald territory. Again, looking for Anthony Georgalis, the tight end. And it's going to bring up a fourth down and 12.
Yeah, that looked like there was a pass. It was almost like he shot a basketball because it was there, nice and low, only for the receiver to get. It went right through his arm. and he wasn't able to secure that catch.
So 4th down. The Eagles will punt the football away. Got a single returner back deep for McDonald. That's Josh Crumpack. 4th and 12. Snap a little low. Punter grabs it, gets that kick out of there. Crumpack's going to field it at the 35-yard line. And he's going to be knocked out of bounds right near that mark of the 35-yard line. So JFK got to put the defense back out there after the broken coverage on their last possession.
Yeah, they're going to have to be real good on that. They don't want to be 3 and out all night. They got to sustain stuff. They got a lot of guys I'm watching here so far that I see. They go both ways. You don't want to burn those guys out.
So Puckett gets the play call from the near sidelines as he'll head to the huddle. 1st and 10 Blue Devils from their own 35-yard line. They break the huddle quickly, come to the line of scrimmage. Going to have the quarterback under center, single back in the backfield, turn, give the ball to Zajac. Zajac looking for the 40, and he'll fall down across the 40 near the 39-yard line. He'll gain 5 on 1st down.
Yeah, nice little run there. You get halfway there towards the 1st down. You always want that, like we talked about earlier. It just opens up that playbook.
2nd and 5 from the 40. 8 minutes to play here in this opening quarter. Going to go trips to the left, swing the ball out into Casey Miller's hands, and that was read well by the JFK defense as Miller's going to get 2, and it's going to set up a 3rd down and 3 for the Blue Devils.
Taken down by Christian Dixie of the Kennedy defense.
It's the big down here. This is where they hit him for the big one last time. Similar, just like the last time.
3rd and 3.
So 3rd down and 3 for the Blue Devils. They'll break the huddle, come quickly to the line. Wings to the right and left. Zajac is the fullback. Put the man in motion. Give it to Zajac. 2 hands on the ball across the 45 and dives down to midfield. That's going to be an 8-yard gain for Drew Zajac and a 1st down for the Blue Devils. So McDonald converting the 3rd down. And this drive here will continue for the Blue Devils.
Right at midfield now, Mark, already.
1st and 10 from the 50. 7 minutes to play here in this opening quarter. Wings to the right and left. Now they send the man in motion. Give it to Zajac again. And Zajac's going to fall forward just shy of the 45. Mark him at the 44. That's a 4-yard pickup. It's 2nd down and 6.
Nice run there. They're open up. They just grind it out, open up little holes, and he's getting a nice pickup on 1st down.
So 2nd and 6 for the Blue Devils. 6.5 minutes to play. In this opening quarter, McDonald now into Warren John F. Kennedy territory at their 46-yard line. Wings right and left. Perry, the lone receiver. They give it to Casey Miller, trying to sweep to the wide side. That's read well by the JFK defense.
Whoa.
As Giovanni Williams comes up and makes the stop.
Well, I tell you, they got some speed. It's kind of tough going lateral. You seen where he was running Zajac right up off tackle. Seems like there's a little bit more success doing that than trying to go wide on these guys. He's got some speed to the perimeter.
3rd and 6 from the 46. 5:50 to play here in the opening quarter. Here's the Division 7 regional quarterfinal. Mark Means, Dave Clark, Michael Rickard, Matthew Craven at the iMedia Studios in Struthers. Going to go 2 receivers to the left. 2 backs in the backfield. They turn. Zajac on the carry, up the middle, across the 40, lowers the shoulder, 35, and down near the 31-yard line. Drew Zajac is a big back, Dave, 6'3" and 230 pounds.
Right. You got to come over and you got to find the weakness on him. He's a little upright when he's running, so you got some pressure points. You can hit him. Even if you're a smaller guy, you can find those little spots. You can hit him and get him. You don't always have to go low. But right now, they're trying to meet him chest to chest. That's not going to work.
1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. 2 backs, 2 receivers. They swing it to Crumpack. Makes the catch across the 30. 25 and hammer down at the 24-yard line.
Boy, we seeing some hit out there. That's how you come up and settle it down a little bit. Boy, what a hit that was.
That was LaMarcus Probert laying the hit that time. Woo. So that is a gain of 7. It's 2nd down and 3 for the Blue Devils. So, well, come to the line of scrimmage. Put a wing to each side. Zajak's the tailback. Wing will go in motion. Zajac gets the carry. Through Zajac right up the middle. And Zajac down to about the 22-yard line. He's going to be a little shy. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, just a little bit there. About a yard. Well, that's really just, that's not even really a yard. Is it a yard, Mark?
It's about the length of the football.
That's about it. I mean, it's right there.
So 3rd and less than 1 from the JFK 22-yard line. 7-0 McDonald with the lead. And they are approaching the JFK red zone.
And I mean, I would run Zajac right up there again. I think they've been successful. I would just continue to do that.
Trips to the right, single receiver to the left. They give it to Zajac. Zajac got met right at the point and fell forward.
Yeah, I think he's got enough, though. I think he fell forward enough to get that 1st down.
The side judge is coming in saying 4th down.
Yeah, they sure is. Oh, man.
McDonald did not get the best spot there, Dave.
No, I don't think they did. And, you know, maybe I'm seeing it from a different angle where we're at here. And we're not right down in the field or right directly in front of it. But it looked like he might have had enough.
Big play in this early stages. 4th and 1 for McDonald. Puckett gets the play call. He'll run it into the huddle. They'll break that huddle and come to the line. 2 receivers to the right. Give it to Zajac again. Zajac met at the line, driven back, a big loss.
That is big there.
JFK is going to hold on downs, and they're going to get the football back as linebackers did a great job to fill the gap, and they hit Zajac in the backfield.
Yes, they did. And what I liked about that is you tell them, hats the ball, and those guys got there, held him up, and the cavalry came, as they say, and boy, they laid the boom to him, too. He wasn't getting anything on that play.
So a stop on a downs. JFK has the football back, led by senior quarterback LaMarcus Probert. Probert going to have 2 to his left, 1 to his right side. That's Thomas in the backfield on 1st and 10 from the 23. Give it to Thomas, running up the middle. Thomas going to be stood up right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. You look at McDonald defensively, Dave, and it's really anchored by a couple of big guys right in the middle.
Yeah, it sure is. You see that there with their defensive tackles, and then their linebackers are very quick and to the ball, so they're able to get penetration.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 from the 23. 2 to the right, 1 now to the left. Probert with the football. Rolling to the outside across the 20. 25 cuts back to the 30. And he'll be down close near the 31-yard line. He's going to get about 7 and set up 3rd down for the Eagles.
Yeah, nice little run there. Didn't look, actually, he was just gliding along because it actually didn't look like he was getting much of anything, but the nice pickup there, 7 yards.
So 3rd down and 3 for the Eagles. Minute 40 to play in this opening quarter. 7-0 McDonald with the lead. 3rd and 3 from the 31-yard line. Probert going to go under center. It's a stack eye in the backfield. 1 receiver to the right. Movement up front, no flags.
Boy, I thought they might even touch there, but they didn't call anything.
Probert working that hard count. He'll turn, give it to the 3rd man through. Has the 1st down across the 35, down to the 36-yard line. That's Stephen Thomas on the carry for a JFK 1st down.
Boy, he looked like he was shot out of a cannon coming out of that backfield as he got the ball, and he was determined to get that 1st down.
Brian Rudd, the receivers, going to check out. Lucas Mealy will come in. 16 catches, 123 yards, and a pair of touchdowns for Mealy. Again, the Eagles show a stack eye formation with Thomas deep in the backfield. Single receiver to the left side. Now they will turn, check with the sidelines. Probe it under center. Again, give it to Thomas. Thomas breaking across the 40 and down to the 42-yard line. Stephen Thomas, Dave, an impressive back. He's got a quick burst once he gets the ball.
Yes, he does. I mean, like I said in the last play, it looked like he just shot out of a cannon. I mean, he just takes off, no hesitation. He gets to the hole quickly. And what you got to watch out with this, they've been successful with that. They are really packing the box, McDonald. One little fake, and the quarterback takes off on the outside. That could be a problem.
2nd and 3. Will they get a playoff before the end of the quarter? Down to 3-2. They will run it with Thomas. This time, nothing doing whatsoever as he is stopped in the backfield. And we've come to the end of the opening quarter. After one here from McDonald, it is the Blue Devils of McDonald 7, the Warren John F. Kennedy Eagles 0. You're listening to Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240. Discount Power Sports LLC is continuing to grow. They offer ATVs, dirt bikes, go-karts, electric bicycles, while offering off-road power sport repair services. Located at 758 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to the newly renovated Village Tavern. Discount Power Sports LLC also offers financing and accepts all major credit cards. Discount Power Sports LLC. Find them online at discountpowersports.biz. Discount Power Sports LLC, where value meets adventure.
Are you ready to join the legacy? This is your chance to become part of something special with the Youngstown Patricians. Honoring the proud football tradition of the Valley, we're on the lookout for talented post-high school athletes who want to make their mark on the field. Whether you're a seasoned high school athlete, college, or former professional player, develop your skills and become part of a team that values hard work, dedication, and community spirit. Don't wait. Begin your path to the gridiron by visiting youngstownpat.com or contacting us on Facebook at the Youngstown Patricians. Be bold, be legendary, join the Youngstown Patricians today. We now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
Eagles now right to left here in the second quarter. Probit fakes the pitch, keeps it, turns to the corner, across midfield, 45 and down to the 43-yard line. Before going out of bounds, Dave, Discount Power Sports scoreboard. After one, it is Poland with a 7-0 lead over the Liberty Leopards.
Two of our local teams going at it.
We've got, I believe, 3 all-local matchups when you add in Cardinal Mooney and South Range.
Yeah, absolutely.
Going to stack 2 receivers to the right and 2 to the left for the Eagles. Probit has Thomas to his right. We've got to give the ball to Thomas. Spinning off the pile. He'll get down to the 41-yard line before being driven back. Give Thomas 2. It's 2nd down and 8.
I tell you, Thomas doesn't have the size of Sajak running up inside, but he sure do have power and determination.
Got a player down on the field for the Blue Devils. Gives us a moment to remind everyone the Youngstown Patricians are having a team signing party November 15th, 3 o'clock at the West Side Bowl. If you're a signing player, make sure to bring your ID with you for that. And I say, it won't be long, Dave. We'll be thinking about those hot summers with the Patricians when we're outside shoveling the snow.
Yeah. Don't talk about it. Shame on you.
Don't even want to think about it.
Yeah, I don't even want to think about any of that.
Player down on the field, that is Amari Carroll, number 77, the 6'2", 325-pound junior. We were talking about him in warm-ups, how he does a good job to get low for the snaps.
Yeah, he's a big guy, too, and taking up a little bit. He's got up, though, walking off on the front part. Little help, little assistance there.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of a limp as he makes his way to the near sidelines. 11:39 to play in this first half. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, it'll be this week's edition of the President's Athletic Conference Report. We'll get just caught up on the playoff scores around the Valley. 15 local teams in action tonight. Dave, we started with 21, down to 15 in round 2.
Mm-hmm. And it just, you know how it goes. It goes quickly also. These narrow it down, and we get down to the to those final time, and it just shoots by, Mark, really quick.
2nd and 8 for the Eagles. Right to left, they are at the McDonald 40-yard line. Going to put one receiver to the right. Going to go with an eye in the backfield, this time with Provitt under center. He'll take the snap, stretch hand off to Thomas, lowers the shoulder into the pile, pop clean from the pile across the 35 and down to the 34-yard line. It looked like he had no chance for anything and just kind of found a way to squirt through the line for a nice game.
I'm telling you, the guy is some type of determination. He's not as big, like I said, as Sajak or anybody like that. We're talking about 5'8", 180, nice and compact, but he does not go down on the first hit, and he keeps those legs churning.
3rd down and 2 for the Eagles from the McDonald 34-yard line. They go back to the stack eye with Thomas, the deep back. Provitt under center. Provitt's just going to keep it. And a variation of the Eagles' tush-push play that is going to be
first down.
Good enough for a first down.
Yeah, they are the Eagles. So actually, now that we think about it, JFK Eagles. So they're going to use some of that. Oh, their namesakes. They're going to start tush-pushing up in here.
So 1st and 10, Eagles from the McDonald 31-yard line. 10:22 to play. First half, 7-0 McDonald. Again, out of that stack eye formation, one receiver to the right. Turn, give it to Thomas.
Look at Thomas.
Thomas found a gap, stayed on his feet, bounced to the outside, down the sideline, and Thomas is in the end zone from 31 yards away.
I'm telling you, this guy is impressive. I mean, he was hit 3 times at the line. You thought the play was over. He bounced off of them like, what do you say, bowling pins? This bouncing all over and was able to get to the end zone.
Thomas already 8 carries, 57 yards unofficially, and a touchdown.
Wow, he's dangerous.
JFK going to leave the offense out there. Got a little bit of a swinging gait here, Dave.
We see it here.
With Provitt at the quarterback spot. Well, there was a snap to one of those linemen.
Yeah, no, it was actually to Thomas. He snapped it, but I think we had some movement.
So that penalty, false start penalty on the Eagles, will be their 2nd penalty of the night.
It is right. It's an interesting
That's a different look.
Oh, yeah.
That's not really the Cowboy swinging gate. It's a variation of it.
Yeah, so that's a little different there.
So now they'll bring on the kicker to attempt the extra point. That's Anthony Georgalis, who will handle the kicking duties with the ball at the 15. So make it a 25-yard extra point. High snap, they get it down. Georgalis gets the foot into that, and it is good. 10:04 to play in the half. It is Warren John F. Kennedy 7, McDonald 7. You're listening to Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Village Tavern's been a beloved local landmark in Hubbard, Ohio for nearly a century, and now it's better than ever. Recently renovated and still serving up the same warm hospitality, the Village Tavern is your go-to spot for great food, cold drinks, and a laid-back atmosphere. Whether you're stopping in for dinner, catching up with friends, or just looking to relax, you'll enjoy a full menu of American favorites, rotating drink specials, and friendly service that makes every visit memorable. Be sure to visit the Village Tavern at 746 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to Repair That Glass. To learn more, go to villagetavern3.com. We now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
Right back here at McDonald, now tied up at 7, as we kind of had a feeling the ground game would take priority, and it has for both squads.
Yeah, it sure has, and that's been the key. I mean, they both like to run the football and control the football, and man, we're in for one here.
Georgalis going to put this one on the ground. A bouncing ball. Takes a big hop. That's a live football back to the 18-yard line, and it had to be covered up by Brian Rudd, or that would have been big trouble for the Eagles.
Yeah, when he kicked that ball and it took that first a big hop, you know that football does all kinds of things when it's on the ground like that, and that one was hard to handle.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils. Excuse me, that was Casey Miller recovering the football, wrong 11. So Blue Devils going to go wing to the right and left, Puckett under center. Send a man in motion, Puckett to throw.
Wide open.
Looking downfield, and that pass is going to be caught. A circus catch at the 32. And a flag comes in at the end of the play. That's Casey Miller on the reception.
That one I don't agree with the penalty. I guess, is that a defensive player?
That's what I was wondering.
But he did not come in the chest area, head area, nowhere. That was at the legs. And
the receiver went up for the football, and he kind of took the legs out.
He came up and made the tackle.
The flag was a little late.
Yeah, and it was late, too.
And now they will discuss things as they have both teams back off the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked at that call.
And we'll see if they keep it up. They may pick this up. We'll have to see.
They're having a long discussion because that just wasn't clear. I mean, he read it. He couldn't get to it. Perfect play there by McDonald there. He couldn't get to, unless he ran through the receiver and get interference.
And they are going to call a personal foul on Warren John F. Kennedy for the defenseless receiver. And that is the 3rd flag in this first half called on the Eagles, Dave.
Yeah, that's something. That one is questionable there because, he read it perfectly, but he couldn't get to the football. So the next thing you do, you go and try to hit the receiver and separate the ball. You can't separate if you don't hit him.
So that will put the football at the McDonald 47-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the Blue Devils.
Yes.
Wings right and left. Perry, the lone receiver. They are going to give the ball this time to Preston Van Meter. And Van Meter down to the 48-yard line of the Blue Devils. Give him 5. It's 2nd down and 5 on the run by the junior.
Yeah, nice pickup there.
On the play, makes it 2nd and 5.
And they've been doing well on first downs. They have always picked up about 5 or 6 yards on their first down. And that is something that you want to continue to be able to do.
2nd and 5 from the JFK 48-yard line. Trips to the left, single receiver right side. Hand off to Zajac, twisting his way down to the 45-yard line. Gives Zajac 3. It's 2nd down and 2.
And he ran with a little bit more force. I think he was still thinking about that last run that he had. They couldn't pick up the first down. And he was determined nobody was going to stop him with the first hit.
Check that. It's 3rd down and 2 now for the Blue Devils. Puckett gets the play call from Coach Williams as he sprints to the huddle at the 50-yard line. Blue Devils quickly break that huddle, come to the line of scrimmage. Wings right and left. Perry, the lone receiver. They give the ball to Zajac across the 40, 35-30, 25-20, 15-10, and shoved out of bounds near the 7-yard line. That's where they will spot him out at the 7-yard line.
I've seen a flag back here, but I don't know
There's
what to call.
There's a flag back at the 30.
Yeah, they called something here. Holding.
Yeah, it looks like that may wipe out the penalty, and that penalty was definitely enjoyed by Carter DeJulia, the big D lineman.
Yeah, he loved it.
Who indicated that it was time for the Blue Devils to back up.
Yeah, I tell you, he became a referee right there.
So that penalty wipes out the big run by Zajac on the hold, and at the first penalty of this half called on the Blue Devils.
The one thing about that is that the way they do it in high school is where it was called at. So he still was able, I believe, to pick up the first down the way that looks.
So now we've got whistles.
Yeah, wait. You see what they're...
There it is. They'll get the sticks together.
They got the sticks back to first down. So 1st and 10 Blue Devils from the 40. It's Van Meter and Miller, the wings. Van Meter in motion. Inside scissor handoff to Casey Miller. And
nice
Miller
move.
Across the 30, 25-20, and down inside the 15-yard line. That is an old school wing T play with their scissors, Dave, run beautifully by the Blue Devils.
Yeah, it really was. It was a great play there. And I got to give Miller a lot of things. He was on the edge, one-on-one with the defender, and gave him a nice give and go, as they say, give him the leg and take it away, and got inside and picked up the extra 15 yards on the run.
27 yards on the run by Casey Miller.
And he should have had him down after about 10 yards. And boy, that nice move that he gave.
1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. 2 receivers to the right. Turn, give the ball to Zajac. Breaking tackles inside the 10. Zajac to the 5 and falls down at the 5-yard line. Zajac got about 8 on that carry.
Zajac on the carry for the Blue Devils.
It's 2nd down and 2 for the Blue Devils.
2nd and 2.
They can get a 1st down at the 3. 7:05 clock rolling, first half. McDonald and Warren John F. Kennedy tied at 7. Puckett brings the play in as they break the huddle and come to the line of scrimmage. Going to put a wing and a receiver to the right. They give the ball that time to Preston Van Meter. And Van Meter's going to be close to a 1st down.
Van Meter on the carry for the Blue Devils.
And that will move the sticks. It's 1st and goal for the Blue Devils.
Yep. Down to about the 2-yard line there.
So it is 1st and a goal from the 2 for the Blue Devils.
Well, this is a very entertaining game, Mark.
They got Big Brady Schobel, the tight end, at 5'8", 180, in for this play. Casey Miller also going to check in. Miller, one of the dual threats on the ground and through the air for the Blue Devils. McDonald taking some time. Game clock approaching 6 minutes to play in the half. Give it to Zajac, running up the middle, looking for the goal line. He stopped at the 1. It'll be 2nd and goal for the Blue Devils from the 1.
Taken down after a short gain by Carter.
Well, they've been meeting tonight a lot. The big D tackle from JFK and Zajac, they didn't introduce each other really a lot tonight, because they've been pounding each other.
It's been a cordial conversation so far.
Those are the kind you like. I like those kind of conversations.
2nd and goal. Well, about the 2. Going to give it to the man in motion. That's Miller. And Miller is in for a 2-yard touchdown for Casey Miller.
Nice drive there to get into the end zone.
So Casey Miller finds the end zone for his 11th time of the season. And McDonald back on top, 13-7, with the Larson extra point coming up. It'll be Crumpack to do the holding. Snap and hold are good. Larson's extra point is good. 5:22 to play in the half. McDonald 14, Warren John F. Kennedy 7. We're back after a quick break on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley. We now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
Back here at the home of the Blue Devils, as McDonald finding the end zone on the 2-yard touchdown run by Casey Miller. And it's been back and forth here in this first half, Dave.
Yeah, it sure has. And this is a game, like I said earlier, is very entertaining. Both teams are doing a great job of being able to drive the football.
Time for another kickoff brought to you by the Village Tavern. This will be a bouncing ball that is going to be picked up by one of the Eagles. And they just decide, we better just fall on this football.
Smart move there. Instead of trying to pick that up, you got those defenders bearing down on you. it's best is to get on the football and make sure that you have possession.
That was Stephen Thomas who fell on the football. Thomas had a good half of action so far for the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Talked about it in the pregame show. This JFK team started the year at 0-5, finished with 5 straight regular season wins. Then the round 1 win last week over St. Paul, 42-27. So Probert and the Eagles back out on the field. Going to go single receiver right, 2 to the left side with Probert and Thomas in the backfield. Going to send the receiver in motion from right to left. Probert's going to keep it, try and look for a block. Got one from Thomas. The ball came loose, and it was picked up by one of the Eagles for a couple of extra yards. That's Brian Rudd, who came out of there with the football.
Yeah, and he got him close to a little shorter first down, but he got him a couple extra yards there by picking that ball up.
He's down to about the 31, make it the 32-yard line where they'll spot the football. So it's 2nd and 1 for the Eagles. Going to go with JFK, 1 man down. They sprint somebody into the formation. That's Dominic Wilson, a freshman wearing number 7. Probert with 2 receivers to his right. Takes the snap. He'll give the ball to Thomas, who hesitates in the hole. Got met by one of the defenders and still drove forward. And he ran right into the arms of Tyler Nalbach, the sophomore. But it's good enough for a first down for the Eagles.
That guy does not go down easily. Right in the hands of him. He had him, but he just kept on pushing forward and got 3 yards on that play.
So 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. We've seen a lot of great backs this year, and each one of these schools have a couple.
Yes, they do.
Probert got 2 receivers to his left. Thomas, the tailback. Probert claps. Going to run a little toss pitch to Thomas, running to the wild side as he's able to get across the 40 and down to about the 38-yard line. That was like a little zone read toss pitch.
Yeah, sure was. And got him out there on the edge, and it looked like I didn't really think he was going to get much. And he ended up running and picking up about 4 or 5 yards, and it didn't look like he was going to get much from the line of scrimmage.
So it's going to bring up 2nd down and 6 for the Eagles. 4:20 to play in this first half. 14-7, McDonald leading Warren John F. Kennedy. 2 receivers short side to the right, 1 to the wide side to the left. Probert takes the snap. Flag flies as they hands the ball off to Thomas. And Thomas is able to gain about a yard or 2, but we'll have to sort out this penalty.
Legal procedure, it looks like there.
So a legal formation called on the Eagles. That's their 4th penalty of this first half called against Warren John F. Kennedy.
And that's what caused the earlier drive to be stagnated with those penalty calls, and you just can't do that.
So that'll back them up behind the chains. This will make it, it'll make it 2nd down and about 11 to go.
Yeah, they don't want to go 3 and out, give McDonald the ball again, because I'm sure McDonald would love to get another score on if they could before half.
Got 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. It's Probert and Thomas in the backfield. 2nd and 11. Probert drops to throw. 2-step drop. Rolling to his right, looking downfield. He'll just unload this one into the bench and incomplete. And this will bring up a 3rd down and 11.
Yeah, didn't have anybody right away.
3rd and long for the Eagles offense.
And you could just tell they're not a team that's a proficient throwing football team. So if that first read is not open, or whoever they have designed on that first read, then, basically that play is shot down.
If you're tuning in for Cleveland Cavaliers basketball, that is over on Christmas 104. That's 103.9 FM. Stepping aside from the holiday music for Cavaliers basketball tonight. One receiver to the right, trips to the left. Provitt has Thomas to his left. Provitt looking that way, swings a pass too high for Brian Rudd and incomplete. And it's 4th down and 11 for the Eagles.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier in the broadcast there. That's just out of their element when they got 3rd and long and they're going to be trying to throw the football. That is not their forte.
The play was set up well with a couple receivers set to block for a little screen, but the pass way too tall for the intended target.
Right. And you don't want to loft it. You give the defense time to react and get there when you loft the ball on that.
You're saying guys like you jump in front of those throws and take them back?
Yeah, you can take that for a nice 6.
So the Eagles set to punt the ball away. High snap, pulls it down, rush on, gets a quick kick away. And the returner's just going to, well, it almost looked like he backed away. Then a Crumpack picked it up. And Crumpack's able to get this ball back near the 40-yard line. A risky return, but that one paid off for McDonald.
Did. And he almost had a little area there to break something off.
So McDonald will have the ball from the 38-yard line. With 3:23 to play here in the fast-moving first half. Got scores from around the valley coming up on the Discount Power Sports scoreboard. Blue Devils break the huddle. They'll come to the line. 2 receivers to the right. That's Perry and Crumpack. Give the ball to Zajac, and
that was dangerous.
Able to just get the handoff from Puckett to Zajac that time.
And I see you probably seen that mark there. That handoff was not smooth. As he was juggling, Zajac was actually juggling the ball.
So give Zajac 2. It's 2nd and 8 from the 41-yard line. 3 minutes to play first half. So it will be Puckett that comes to the sidelines. Now he'll hustle the play in. 2nd down and 7 for the Blue Devils from their 41-yard line. 2 receivers, short side to the left. Play fake by Puckett. In pressure. He's going to be sacked back near the 30-yard line. A couple of defenders came free. Leading the charge for the Eagles was number 9, Jacob Leiber, the sophomore linebacker who found himself clean in the backfield.
Oh, yeah, he was there. The time he reversed pivot to get ready to set the throw, he was right in his face mask. And I tell you, that's what you want to do. It gives you an opportunity to maybe get this ball back. 2:28 in here right before the half.
Timeout on the field. We will keep it here to remind you. Coming up November 15th, 3 p.m., the West Side Bowl is the Youngstown Patricians team signing party. If you are signing a player, make sure to bring your ID. Of course, Patricians Semi-Pro Football is looking for post-high school and college talent to join their roster. For more information, check out the Youngstown Patricians on Facebook, or you can call John Galbraith at 330-540-1099. And it was a fun first season together calling those games.
Yes, it sure was.
You just can't get away from me now. We're doing games all year round.
All year round. Keeps us fresh and keep us going. And we're doing something that we really love to do, and that is football.
So it is going to be 3rd and 16 now for the Blue Devils. Single receiver, that's Jordan Perry, the senior. He's out to the right side. They're going to fake it. Now try and set up the screen to Miller.
Oh, my goodness.
And nothing there for Miller. Drop back near the 35-yard line. That's a couple-yard loss, and it's going to bring up 4th down. And Rennie Kluckner going to come on and punt the football away, averaging just under 35 yards a kick.
Yeah, that was the big play there. And they able to stop the clock there, I guess, too. At 2:22.
That's an Eagles timeout.
So JFK used the timeout.
This gives them a time, and you see they got Provitt back there. He's kind of limping around, though. Back to the return to punt. Make me wonder, is he – he's looking like me walking around. sciatic nerve getting to you.
And he's got a little hitch.
Yeah, and it's giddy up, right?
He sure does. But you look at the smart to call the timeout by the Eagles.
Yeah.
Well, that way, Coach gonna take that timeout and try to set up a short field for the Eagles to work with. So Klockner to punt, the 6'1" senior. Gonna stand on his 15-yard line. Provitt at his own 45-yard line. 2:22 to play here in the half. Low snap. Klockner picks it up, just does get the kick away. Provitt's going to back away from this football that the Blue Devils will let roll just across midfield. They'll mark the ball for JFK at their own 49-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like they even gave him the extra and put it right at midfield. Let's see.
They did.
Yeah, they sure did.
Nose of the ball resting right on midfield.
Well, Mark, with 2 minutes and 10 seconds, you're at the 50-yard line. You're definitely in a good position to try to do something.
2:10 to play in the half. McDonald up 14-7. There comes Provitt and this Eagles offense. Going to put two receivers short side to the right, one wide to the left side. It's Thomas and Provitt in the backfield. LaMarcus Provitt takes the snap, swings the ball into the flat. Receiver made the catch, made one man miss, but got knocked out of bounds about the 48-yard line. That was Anthony Georgalis on the reception for a short gain.
Yeah, got a couple yards. I mean, and actually, the good thing is he was able to get out of bounds.
Here in the first half.
One receiver to the right, now trips to the left side. 2nd and 8 for Provitt. Drops to the 45 to throw. Has time. Now he's going to run across midfield, 45, and he'll stop the clock and get out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
He runs out of bounds.
It's going to gain about 5. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 2. I'm going to spot it back maybe closer to 3.
Yep. Yeah, and I think you still can throw the football. You got the clock stopped twice like that. You can give it to Thomas. I think something can happen if you give it to Thomas now on a little delay handoff.
It's 3rd and 3. Provitt to throw. Pumps, pulls the ball down. Rolling to the right side. Looking downfield. Turns upfield. 1st down and more. Down the sidelines. Across the 30 to the 25. And he took a big hit at the 26-yard line.
And I'm surprised I didn't see a flag fly that time, because he had already made the give up his body and slide down and still got hit.
1st and 10 at the 27. Provitt rolling to the left side, throwing that way. Man open, made the catch and got out of bounds. That's Lucas Mealy with the grab. We've got a minute 29 to play in the first half.
And really, this here has been kind of masterful in what they're doing. They've been able to get out of bounds, stop the clock. I was trying to see if they had any timeouts left. The way they've been doing and managing everything, they've been doing an excellent job of getting out of bounds.
2nd and 1 for the Eagles from the McDonald 18-yard line. Provitt walking up to the line, making sure everyone's on the same page. Thomas to his right. Provitt claps, takes the snap, keeps it this time. Provitt has the 1st down and more as he spins inside the 15 and down to the 13-yard line. That'll be an Eagles 1st down.
And the clock stops momentarily as they get the chains together, and they can get there. They didn't start the clock a little bit ahead, but but they're doing a good, excellent job here.
Coming up on a minute to play. Trips to the right. Provitt rolling that way. Has time. Looking downfield. And now just flips the ball out of bounds and incomplete. It's 2nd and 10.
And he's got to be careful of that. They didn't call anything like that. But they can start as for conversation, because you usually have to get that ball back to the line of scrimmage, unless it's different at the high school level. But normally you have to get that ball back to the line of scrimmage. That was close.
2nd and 10 from the 13. 59 seconds to play in the first half. We go 2 receivers to the right and 2 to the left. Thomas is to the left side of LaMarcus Provett. Provett to throw. Time. Dancing in the pocket. Pocket breaks down. Now he'll take off right side. He's going to go out of bounds. I think he might have
looked like he lost maybe a yard.
Yeah, lost a little bit on that run. Lost 10 seconds off the half clock as well, and sets up a now 3rd down and long for the Eagles.
And I guess everybody has their own opinion, but I think when you had 1:19 seconds, I still think you were able to run the football. You didn't have to just abandon it because you're so close, you can get back and lined up quickly.
Now we had a piece of equipment on the field picked up by one of the JFK offensive linemen. Receiver coming in motion from right to left. Provett to throw. Sets up. Goes underneath to Thomas. And Thomas still on his feet. Still fighting forward. Down to about the 10-yard line. And here comes the flag.
And it might have been I don't know. They had a grab of a lot of things. I was thinking of face mask. But I don't know. We'll see what happened in that.
So they stopped the clock with 37 seconds to go in the half. So that'll be a face mask penalty.
And that'll be half the distance. And that should get them down to around the 4-yard line or so.
So 37 seconds to go in the half. You're going to spot this football at the 4-yard line. So 3rd and short coming up for the Blue Devils. And now McDonald going to take a timeout with 37 seconds to go in the half. And this has pretty much lived up to what we thought it had the potential to be, Dave.
Yeah, it sure has. And, and it's like I said, a lot of the rules are different. You see that with a face mask, which is usually a personal foul, and that's usually automatic 1st down with it. But I think in high school, with it just being half the distance, it still made them shorter the 1st down. So they still got to get that 1st down to continue this. But I'm sure they want to get into the end zone.
So the winner of this game matches up with the Monroeville-Malvern winner. Should McDonald win, that game would be here next Friday night at 7 o'clock. Down to 15 teams in the Valley remaining. We know we're going to lose 3 or 4 with the all-local matchups.
Yeah, right there.
We will get you some of the scores from around the Valley on the Discount Power Sports scoreboard coming up here at the half. Also try to check in on that other game in this half of the bracket in Division 7, Region 25. Eagles going to come sprinting to the line of scrimmage. Provett under center. It's a stack eye in the backfield on 3rd down and 2. Provett's going to try and keep the football.
Get that 1st down is what he's trying to do.
He's close to the 1st down marker. And it is a 1st down.
Yep.
Keeper for the Eagles, that is an upgrade. JFK 1st down.
We're going to go right back to the line with 30 seconds to go. Stack eye in the backfield. Thomas, the 3rd man through.
Oh, look at him.
Gets the handoff. Thomas looking for the goal line. He's down near the 1. So it's going to be a timeout called by the Eagles with 17 seconds. David is 2nd and goal near the 1.
I tell you, they gave Thomas the football. He got hit at about the 3. And, I mean, he got hit solidly in the legs. So I thought that was it. And he kept driving. I don't know. He's just right. He's inside the 1-yard line. He's right there at the doorstep of getting in the end zone.
So it's 2nd and goal from the 1 for the Eagles. With 17 seconds to go in our exciting first half on this, the Youngstown Patricians high school football playoff game of the week here in this regional quarterfinal.
Well, I tell you, Mark, we said this should be a very good game. And you know, people might have looked at the records. And what did they say? We was talking about it. Throw the records out. This could be a very good matchup, and it has been.
Second and goal from the 1 yard line. Provett and Thomas in the backfield. Provett going to go under center. Turn. Gives the ball to Thomas. Met at the line. Tried to fall forward. Was driven back. No. It's third and goal from the 1 yard line. We're down to 5 to 4 to 3 seconds. Eagles try to get to the line.
They got it. They got it off.
Did they get it off? Flag. I don't think everyone was set before they snapped the football.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I think that's what happened.
So the flag came from the far side judge. The JFK bench says touchdown.
Did he say off? Oh, I was trying to read one and see if he called offsides.
All right, hold on. You see this? The referee on this side.
So waiting for this call as our officials still getting together. A couple of the McDonald coaches started creeping onto the field. And
they got an injury down there too.
One official said, back up. So they got a player down.
Cramp.
The penalty is a false start. So if that is a penalty on the offense, that should end the half, I would believe.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
We're waiting for a official call. There is a player for the Eagles down on the field with a cramp. We got Coach Williams talking to our referee. It's 14-7 McDonald right now. Both sides have stayed on the field.
Yeah, I don't know what's actually.
Right, the half can't handle the defensive penalty. This is an offensive penalty.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It should be over with.
So let's here we get to see from our official. It looks like they're going to put 1 second on the clock.
Now I'm trying to read the timeouts, and do they have any?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I look at it and the way that looks, where they both have a one at. It usually be one person, but I don't know.
So they put 1 second on the clock. If they, if this is a penalty, then the ball would be back at the 6 yard line.
And it is.
So there's going to be one more play for Warren John F. Kennedy.
Oh, okay.
With the ball on about the 6 yard line. Provett looking to throw, looking, end zone, had a man open. It was short-armed and incomplete. So that pass will fall incomplete. And we've come to the end of our first half of action. It is McDonald 14 and Warren John F. Kennedy 7 as both teams will head to the locker room. Before we go to break, we remind you, you are listening to Sports Radio 1240 WBBW Youngstown, a communist media station, and Western Reserve Radio 2. Halftime, McDonald 14, Warren John F. Kennedy 7 on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Discount Power Sports LLC is continuing to grow. They offer ATVs, dirt bikes, go-karts, electric bicycles, while offering off-road power sport repair services. Located at 758 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to the newly renovated Village Tavern. Discount Power Sports LLC also offers financing and accepts all major credit cards. Discount Power Sports LLC. Find them online at discountpowersports.biz. Discount Power Sports LLC, where value meets adventure.
The Village Tavern's been a beloved local landmark in Hubbard, Ohio for nearly a century, and now it's better than ever. Recently renovated and still serving up the same warm hospitality, the Village Tavern is your go-to spot for great food, cold drinks, and a laid-back atmosphere. Whether you're stopping in for dinner, catching up with friends, or just looking to relax, you'll enjoy a full menu of American favorites, rotating drink specials, and friendly service that makes every visit memorable. Be sure to visit the Village Tavern at 746 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to Repair That Glass. To learn more, go to villagetavern3.com. We now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
And welcome back here to McDonald, home of the Blue Devils. 14-7 McDonald leading Warren John F. Kennedy at the half. And now it's time for this week's edition of the President's Athletic Conference Report with Commissioner Joanne Derko.
Welcome to the PAC Football Report for November 8th, 2025. I'm Joe Underko. This week we will take a quick look back at last week's football action in the President's Athletic Conference, while also previewing Week 10 games this Saturday. Washington and Jefferson stayed unbeaten in PAC play with a 28-17 home win against Case Western Reserve, giving Coach Mike Sirianni his 200th career win. Grove City remained a game back with their 5th straight win, 59-14 over St. Vincent. In other action, Westminster rolled past Allegheny 57-21, while Waynesburg posted a 48-28 win at Bethany. Finally, Teal earned its first win of the season with a 48-20 road victory at Hiram. Geneva had the weekend off. Offensive PAC Player of the Week recognition in Week 9 went to Waynesburg junior running back Carson Shriver with 24 carries for 228 yards, including a 64-yard TD at Bethany. Defensive honors went to Teal senior linebacker Jake Badger with 8 tackles, an interception, and a fumble return for a TD at Hiram. Special teams laurels went to Waynesburg senior returner Isaac Trout with a 91-yard kickoff return TD at Bethany. Newcomer of the week was Westminster freshman quarterback Quentin Good, who passed for 292 yards and 2 scores versus Allegheny. The Week 10 league schedule again features 5 conference contests, while Allegheny has the bye. The game of the week features 6-2 W&J traveling to Beaver Falls to face 5-3 Geneva at Reeves Field at 1 p.m. The Presidents are 6-0 in league play and can clinch their league record 28th conference title with a win, while Geneva is 5-1 and can move into a tie for first with a victory. W&J has dominated the series 50-19-2 all time, including 17 straight wins, with the last GT win over the Presidents being a 19-0 Geneva shutout back in 1983. In other action, 4-3 Case Western Reserve hosts 6-2 Grove City at DeSanto Field in Cleveland at 1 p.m. The Spartans have won 5 of 9 all-time matchups with the Wolverines since 2006, but GCC has won the last 3 meetings, including a 30-20 final in Grove City a year ago. Wolverine head coach Andrew DiDonato previews the key conference matchup.
Yeah, we are 2 programs with a clear identity, and that's why these have been great games, including the overtime game last time we went down there. And they're so well coached and disciplined, and that's why it takes 4 quarters. And I think this is going to be another one of those exciting Grove City and Case matchups.
With a Week 11 bye upcoming, 3-6 Waynesburg closes the 2025 season at home this week by hosting 2-6 St. Vincent at Wiley Stadium at 1 p.m. It's the 44th all-time meeting in a series that dates back to 1929. The Jackets have won the last 2 matchups, including a 21-7 final in 2024. Waynesburg head coach Cornelius Coleman talks about maintaining balance on his team through the peaks and valleys of the season.
You know, I'm not doing it by myself. I have a great coaching staff. I have a great group of upperclassmen. I have a great group of seniors. So to even navigate through that, where it was difficult at certain points, the love, the admiration, and the family atmosphere here kept us cemented as a team.
Two teams looking to finish their season on a positive note clash in Greenville when 0-8 Bethany travels to face 1-7 Teal at Alumni Stadium at 1 p.m. The longtime league foes face off for the 81st time since 1917. Teal has won 3 straight in the series, including edging the Bison 30-23 in West Virginia last year. Bethany head coach Brandon Robinson talks about working to get his program rewarded with a win this weekend.
I mean, it would be huge. I mean, obviously, you can't put into words how hard things have been, and then that have an opportunity to get a win. And I can only imagine. You know, we've been through that before. You know, last year with the breakthrough when we went to St. Vincent. So it's a huge relief, and I mean, it would be huge for our program. It'd be huge for our young men, just from a day in day out motivation and seeing some payoff.
Finally, 3-5 Hiram travels to face 5-3 Westminster at Bury Stadium in New Wilmington at 1 p.m. The Titans are 15-3-1 all-time against the Terriers and meet their new conference opponent for the first time since 2016, when Westminster recorded a 40-0 shutout victory. That's all for this edition of the PAC Football Report. Log on to the conference website at www.pacathletics.org all season long for the latest news, scores, statistics, and other league information. You can also follow us on social media via X, Facebook, and Instagram. Links are available at the PAC website. I'm Joe Underko. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you at the stadium.
And we welcome you back here to McDonald. Halftime, McDonald with a 14-7 lead over Warren John F. Kennedy. Scoring looks like this in the first half. 10:26 to play right off the opening drive. It was Puckett to Perry, 61 yards. The extra point made it 7-0 in favor of McDonald. Dave, JFK came right back, and it was Stephen Thomas, 31 yards for the score that tied the game up at 7. You've been impressed by the senior.
Oh, yeah, sure have. I mean, the guy runs hard. He's not, like we said, he's not a big guy, but he is powerful, and he has speed too to break it. So he's been very impressive.
It was Casey Miller at the 5:22 mark, a 2-yard run. The extra point gave McDonald the lead here at the half, 14-7. First half numbers. First for the visiting Eagles of Warren John F. Kennedy, LaMarcus Probert, 3 of 9 for 13 yards. His leading receiver, both Thomas, Mealy, and Georgalis, all with 1 catch apiece. Leading the way on the ground for the Eagles, Thomas has 12 carries for 68 yards and 1 touchdown. Probert has 10 carries for 58 yards. And Rudd has 1 for 9. The Eagles, they've been able to move the ball on the ground.
They sure have. And, they don't have the type of passing offense, but that ground game and the blocking from their offensive line has been outstanding.
For the Blue Devils, Kyle Puckett, 5 of 5 for 79 yards and 1 touchdown. Casey Miller has 4 of those 5 completions for 72 yards and a touchdown. Josh Crumpack, 1 of 7. 1 reception for 7 yards. Running the football here tonight, Zajac, 11 carries for 55 yards. Miller has 5 carries for 30 yards. And Preston Van Meter, 2 carries for 7 yards. All of those numbers add up to a close, hard-fought ball game. And while we have a minute, Dave, on the Discount Power Sports scoreboard, how about this one? This is close. The other half of the bracket is even closer. Monroeville and Malvern, they're tied at 14 at the break.
Yeah, and the winner from this game takes on their winner. And I mean, we got 2 games where both brackets, those guys, they are going at it. And that's how you go into play. That's what you want to see, that type of competition.
We've got a close one there. We've got a close one here. McDonald 14, and it is Warren John F. Kennedy 7. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, the halftime show continues as we'll get you caught up on the Discount Power Sports scoreboard. That's next here on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Are you ready to join the legacy? This is your chance to become part of something special with the Youngstown Patricians. Honoring the proud football tradition of the Valley, we're on the lookout for talented post-high school athletes who want to make their mark on the field. Whether you're a seasoned high school athlete, college, or former professional player, develop your skills and become part of a team that values hard work, dedication, and community spirit. Don't wait. Begin your path to the gridiron by visiting youngstownpat.com or contacting us on Facebook at the Youngstown Patricians. Be bold, be legendary, join the Youngstown Patricians today.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532. Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley. Are you ready to hit the gridiron and make your mark? The Cleveland Cobras are recruiting players and coaches for the upcoming Premier Amateur Football League season. We're looking for passion, grit, and the relentless drive to win. Whether you're a seasoned vet or hungry rookie, your shot starts now. Join a brotherhood, build a legacy, strike with the Cobras. Follow us on Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football, or for league information, visit PAFLfootball.com to get started today. Team Pride Cobras. We now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
And we welcome you back to McDonald. Our score at the half, it is McDonald 14 and Warren John F. Kennedy 7. Other half of the bracket, it is Malvern and Monroeville tied at 14. It's time for the Discount Power Sports scoreboard. Reminding you, Discount Power Sports is your go-to store for discount ATVs, dirt bikes, go-karts, electric bikes, and more. Find them at 778 North Main Street in Hubbard or call them at 330-717-4441. On that Discount Power Sports scoreboard, we can tell you the game over on AM 600 WRQX with Jim Craven and the coach Bob Gessler. That is 21-7 Poland leading Liberty at the break, Dave.
Yeah, that's a game there that I believe Poland would be able to control. Just got to keep those backs that we know they got dual backs back there. You want to keep those guys under control, and they should be able to win that game.
A lot of local schools drew some tough matchups on this Friday night. Approaching halftime, it is Akron-Hoban in front of Boardman, 28-0. Hoban, they're a powerhouse across the state of Ohio.
Oh, yeah, no question about that. And I knew that was a big task for the Spartans to go and try to handle that.
Austintown Fitch trailing Green at home 17-14. That game is nearing halftime. Canfield with a 14-6 lead over Kenston. Another close one between Cardinal Mooney and South Range. 14-6 Cardinal Mooney leading South Range. I can tell you, we talked about this last week when Garraway beat Mineral Ridge.
Yeah.
Well, tonight, Garraway is beating undefeated Crestview at Crestview 21-0.
Yeah, I mean, that is impressive. I mean, what we've seen in how Gerard just took them to the woodshed, as they would say, and to see them just rebound from that loss, and they've been on a roll since.
They absolutely have. Gerard with a 14-0 lead over Akron-Manchester. Salem coming off their win last week. They get the Tarblooders of Glenville and are down 29-0 to Glenville, who we know is a statewide powerhouse.
Yes.
Mogador, speaking of powerhouses, leading East Palestine to 48-0. That game is approaching halftime.
Approaching halftime. Oh, Lord.
Right. That is a lot of points.
That's a lot of points.
For Mogador. Smithville, the Smithies leading United 14-7. West Branch in a good one with Norton. A lot of people thought that game could go either way.
Yeah.
West Branch 21-14 over Norton in that matchup. And it's going to be interesting. I don't know Well, we know we'll have, at least 3-4 teams move on because of the all-local matchups, but it's been a tough round 2 with the matchups our local schools have drawn.
Yeah, sure has. And it's just a tough night. And like you said, then we eliminating our own just by playing them in these games like this here. And it's a great competition. This game tonight has been very enjoyable.
Cavaliers a 76-59 lead on the Wizards. And another one of those Emeritus Cup qualifying games for the NBA. If you are looking for that game, find it on Christmas 104, 103.9 FM. I know you love your Christmas music, Dave.
That's right.
You tuned in right at midnight when that station went on the air.
It on. I just leave it on. I don't even turn to any other station.
So that is where the Cavaliers game is tonight. Cavs back in action on a Saturday night for a 7:30 air and an 8 o'clock tip, I believe, against the Bulls. We'll have to double check that for you. And Chicago off to a surprisingly hot start.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think anybody would have really looked at them as trying to be a top team, but I'm looking at what they're doing, with what they've made, the trades they made, the different things. You got Kobe White out, one of the mainstays, and they Josh Giddey and the rest of the gang, they have been doing an excellent job playing. And they got beat for the first time a couple days ago, but even in that game, it went down to the wire.
Coming up on our stations this weekend, if you're listening on the Western Reserve radio side of things, Grove City College football tomorrow, 12:15 pregame, kickoff just after 1 o'clock. Myself, Ryan Briggs, will have the call of that game. Grove City taking on the Case Western Reserve Spartans in a key PAC matchup. Then Sunday afternoon on the Sports Radio 1240 side of things, 3:25 pregame, 4:25 kickoff, a big matchup, Rams and 49ers.
Yeah, that's always has been a rivalry for years, and they're going to have to go at it because I tell you, San Fran has been, I don't know how they've been piecing things together, but they've been getting through things. But that LA Rams, that is a team to be reckoned with. Matthew Stafford has got some youth put back on his side because he's been playing excellent football. And that team with that defensive line, they're a threat. They're a definite NFC threat.
If I were a fantasy football player, I would say they need to run the ball with Kyron Williams a little bit more.
Yeah, they could. I mean, I would do it. I'd have been running with both him and Corum. I'd use them both and just keep running the football because that offensive line is tough. But they do got the receivers too, especially once Puka came back. And everybody else that's around it. I mean, even Higbee, and he's not bad as a tight end, but he's a threat.
And I heard a statement today, the 49ers, they expect Brock Purdy back at some point. They don't know when, but they do not think his season is over.
No, and actually they sounded real encouraged. Like, I actually thought they might try to see if he's going to start this game, but I think they will make sure that he's healthy so they have him down the stretch.
Time for our final break. When we come back, it'll be Dave's keys to the second half for both teams. Halftime, McDonald 14, Warren John F. Kennedy 7 on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Are you ready to hit the gridiron and make your mark? The Cleveland Cobras are recruiting players and coaches for the upcoming Premier Amateur Football League season. We're looking for passion, grit, and the relentless drive to win. Whether you're a seasoned vet or hungry rookie, your shot starts now. Join a brotherhood, build a legacy, strike with the Cobras. Follow us on Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football, or for league information, visit PAFLfootball.com to get started today. Team, pride, Cobras.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Western Reserve Radio is the Valley's online source for sports talk and local live events. Tune in and be a part of their live weekly shows, as well as all of the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey, high school football, and the GDFL. Find them at westernreserveradio.com. Tune in and the Live 365 app to be a part of the area's sports conversation. Be sure to visit them on Facebook at Western Reserve Radio and on Twitter at WR_radio.
Village Tavern's been a beloved local landmark in Hubbard, Ohio for nearly a century, and now it's better than ever. Recently renovated and still serving up the same warm hospitality, the Village Tavern is your go-to spot for great food, cold drinks, and a laid-back atmosphere. Whether you're stopping in for dinner, catching up with friends, or just looking to relax, you'll enjoy a full menu of American favorites, rotating drink specials, and friendly service that makes every visit memorable. Be sure to visit the Village Tavern at 746 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to Repair That Glass. To learn more, go to villagetavern3.com. We now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
Both teams back out on the field, going through their second half stretching routine, getting ready for the start of the third quarter. Dave, we start off with the visiting Warren John F. Kennedy Eagles. What adjustments are you looking for here to start the second half?
Yeah, I know they want to incorporate a little bit of passing. Maybe you have to do some little screen passes. And I actually think they should speed their offense up just a touch. Allow McDonald to actually evaluate and get things set on defense. So I'd go a little quicker.
Where have you seen them have more success, in that base offense or the unexpected look out of the stack eye?
Yeah, you know what? I like that changing back and forth because when they get in that stack eye, you don't know who's getting that ball. And I've seen that gave them a little bit of problems. So start using that back and forth because they have had success both ways. And I think you give Thomas the ball, allow him to run the football again this half. And I think that's the big thing that JFK has to do. McDonald, I just think they do what they have been doing. I mean, get back to Sajak and let him just pound and pound because that wears the football team down. And you can use that big fella to continue running the football.
When you look at McDonald and the year that they have had and the year that Zajac has had, and I mean, when you talk about it, this is a D7 matchup.
Yeah.
You don't run into a lot of 6'3", 230-pound running backs at this level.
Yeah, you definitely don't. And you could tell the difference. I give JFK all the credit. They come up and really try to lay some wood to the guy, but that's a big guy. And, you know, you keep having him pound and pound on you. It does take a toll later in the game.
That's why they've had so much success with, throwing some play action, mixing that in there this year. I mean, you think wing T, you think run. Mm-hmm. But, we talked about Puckett, 1,500 yards plus on the season, 22 touchdowns.
Yeah, and you know what? He's a pretty efficient throwing quarterback. We didn't see that in the first game, and even tonight, he's able to make big-time throws and put it on target. So, they can even start implementing a little bit more passing in there.
The only element we don't see out of this wing T that you see in a lot of others is Puckett's not a running threat.
Yeah, he's not. He's not. I mean, he moves around good in the pocket, but to actually be a threat with the ball in his hands to make big plays, running the football, that's not really a threat to them.
Time for the third quarter kickoff, brought to you by the Village Tavern in Hubbard. For nearly 100 years, the Village Tavern is one of the area's favorite local spots for great food, cold drinks, and a laid-back atmosphere. Located at 746 North Main Street in Hubbard, or on the line at villagetavern3.com. Stop by, tell them you heard us talking about them at the Village Tavern in Hubbard. So it will be McDonald to kick, and it will be Anthony Larson to kick the football away. And it looks like Provett is the single man back deep to return this for Warren John F. Kennedy. Underway, third quarter, short kick fielded across the 20, 25, 30, 35, still on his feet to the 40. And across the 45 to the 46-yard line, that's Nick Branca, the sophomore, on that return.
And he's only a sophomore. He got some size on him as he is put together pretty good.
And Branca at 5'10" and 195 on the roster.
Oh, yeah, you could just tell. I mean, he just was bouncing off defenders and pulling them and dragging them.
7-yard line.
So we begin this third quarter with John F. Kennedy with the football at their 47-yard line, working left to right. We saw Provitt with a little bit of a limp earlier in the first half. We'll have to keep an eye on him here in the third quarter. They come out in the stack eye, Provitt under center. Stretch handoff, Thomas up the middle across the 50 and down to the 49-yard line. That is a 4-yard pickup for Thomas on first down.
Yeah, it didn't look like he had much there, but he's, like you said, he picked up 4 there, and that's a very good positive first down play.
2nd and 6 for the Eagles. Lucas Mealy bringing the play in from the far sidelines. 14-7 McDonald with the lead. Warren John F. Kennedy in Blue Devil territory at their 49-yard line. 2nd down and 6. Again, stack eye, one receiver to the left. Provitt looking over the defense. Going to take the snap, gives it to the second man through. This time, first carry for him, and that was read well by the McDonald defense. As that was Nick Branca on the carry, was done a little bit of everything for the Eagles this season.
Yeah, that play there, very slow developing, and defense was able to read and get inside quickly and be able to stop that.
To bring up a 3rd down and 6 for the Eagles. Brian Rudd, the senior receiver, brings the play in. They'll break the huddle, come to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 6 from the McDonald 49-yard line. Again, out of the stack eye with Provitt under center. Turn, Provitt's going to keep it, use that stack eye as blockers. Turn the corner, but he didn't get much. He got maybe a yard on the play because he wasn't able to get upfield, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, I think that's all he got is about a yard.
Harry right there to make a play.
This will bring up a 4th and 5 for the Eagles. And we'll bring on the punter for Warren John F. Kennedy.
Yeah, that's not how they wanted to come out in the second half. Great field position on the kick return, and then only managed about 4 or 5 yards on offense there. Was not what they wanted.
Crumpack to punt. Crumpack to return the punt. Low snap, picks it up off the turf, gets the kick away. And it's going to be Crumpack calling for the fair catch at about the 19-yard line. And McDonald will have the ball for the first time here in the half after the Lucas Mealy punt for the Eagles.
19-yard line.
So McDonald gets the stop to start things off. Now this will be their initial possession of this second half.
Big defensive possession for JFK too. Can they stop that offense of McDonald?
First and 10 from the 19-yard line. Puckett under center. Zajak's the tailback. Wing back in motion. Zajac gets the handoff, spun off a one tackle, and fell forward to about the 22-yard line. Gives Zajac 3. It's 2nd and 7.
Zajac on the carry for the Blue Devils. He's taken down by Thomas.
Nice little run there.
Even 3 on the play and bring up 2nd and 7.
Youngstown Patricians want to remind you their team signing party is coming up November 15th, 3 o'clock at the West Side Bowl. If you're signing a player or have interest in the Patricians semi-pro football team, make sure to bring your ID. 2nd and 7 from the 22-yard line. Going to go trips right, single receiver left. Zajak's the lone tailback. He gets the handoff, spins off a tackle across the 25-30, has the first down out to the 32-yard line.
Nice run there. If we got Thomas, he's a little shaken up back there, trying to make the tackle. He's staying in, but boy, I saw Zajac came up through there with a force and a nice run there and picking up the first down.
1st and 10 out to the 32-yard line. 14-7, McDonald still in the lead by a touchdown, 8:20 to play in our third quarter. It's going to be Krumpack to the right and Perry to the left. They're going to give it on the sweep to the outside of Miller, the wing back. That it was defended well, but Miller able to turn the corner, Dave, at the last second and pick up a couple extra yards down to the 42.
Yeah, he sure was. He was able to get there.
And that'll be enough
first down.
for the first down.
Yeah.
It didn't look like he had a chance to get to that edge.
Yep, I didn't think he was going to get that. I thought he was actually just going to go ahead and step out, and he kept up the field.
So that's a first down for the Blue Devils to the 42-yard line. So they break the huddle. They will quickly come to the line. It's Krumpack to the right, Perry to the left. Double wing formation. Give it to Zajac running up the middle between the hashes. Zajak's down to the 44-yard line. It's just a gain of 2. It's 2nd and 8.
Zajac on the carry for the Blue Devils. Taken down by the flock of Eagles.
They did an excellent job there converging on Zajac and not allowing him to break through that second level.
So 2nd down and 8 for the Blue Devils. 7:35 to play here in this third quarter. What's been a fast-moving, primarily running game for both teams.
And this one, Puckett can make some big plays here.
They're going to turn, give the ball to Miller. Miller across midfield to the 45 and down near the 42-yard line with another first down for the Blue Devils.
Yep. And Thomas, I told you he was shaking up earlier, and he's limping. He's asking to come out now, and he should have went out earlier, and he didn't. But
there's also a flag on the field.
Who was that against there?
Well, the flag is right in front of the McDonald bench.
On the bench there.
So that might just have been a sideline warning, Dave. I'm waiting to see if they're going to mark.
No, they're walking back.
They are going to mark this off.
A personal foul penalty.
So this personal foul penalty on McDonald. So that is their third infraction. And this is going to back the ball up to their own 42-yard line.
Yeah, that hurts when something like that happened after a very nice run. I tell you, Miller is just that Swiss Army knife type guy. He does everything. He runs the ball. He catches the ball. He does. All we need him to do is throw a touchdown. He's been doing everything, and he's a tough player and smart football player.
So after the penalty, it is 1st and 10, McDonald from their 42-yard line. Wind the clock. We're ready to get back to action here in the third. It's going to be Krumpack to the right, Perry to the left, double wing formation. Zajac's the fullback. They're going to give it to Miller, sweeping to the right side. Miller still on his feet with blockers. And it's going to be Casey Miller down to the 48-yard line. He just finds lanes to run through that you don't think are there.
Yeah, he actually disappears in the pile. All we did is we've seen a lot of people running out there. You actually couldn't see him anymore, and he comes out the other side.
So it's 3rd down and just about 5 to go for the Blue Devils. 6.5 minutes to play, third quarter. 14-7, McDonald with the lead in the football. Receivers each side, double wing formation. They're going to send Van Meter in motion. Looking to throw, and that pass a little too far out in front of Casey Miller.
Yeah.
Was Kyle Puckett, and that'll be his first, I believe, first incompletion. Yes, first incompletion of the game. Now 5 for 6 throwing the football.
Yeah, I think he was a little concerned of the speed on the side there, and he tried to get that ball more towards the sideline and missed his receiver.
So 4th and 5 from the 48-yard line. And this will bring on Brady Klockner, the punter for McDonald. It's going to be Provitt back to return this kick. Klockner to catch the snap at the 35. Provitt's back on his 25. Snap back to him, gets away, a nice high kick. They're going to kick the ball away from Provitt and out of bounds. And we'll have to see where they mark this football.
Yeah, it's going to be around the 33-yard line, so maybe in there.
And that is right where they will put it, at the 33-yard line. The eyes of a punt returner are still strong.
Yeah, it's still working a little bit.
So the Eagles will have the football now. They get a stop defensively. And it is now up to Provitt to see what this offense can do. Got to keep an eye on Stephen Thomas, who's a little dinged up here in the third quarter.
Trying to see if he's coming back on offense on this series. He went out for a few plays, and that was needed.
So it'll be trips to the right, twins to the left. LaMarcus Provitt alone in the backfield on 1st and 10 from their 32-yard line. Man goes in motion. They give it to him on the sweep, trying to turn the corner, and able to fall forward across the 35 and down to the 37. That is Stephen Thomas, who lined up as a receiver.
Yeah, I didn't think he was. I was trying to see if I could see his number out there. Didn't see him, and actually thought he wasn't in the game on that play.
Gain of 6, 2nd and 4 at the 37-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right side. It's Thomas and Provitt in the backfield. Provitt claps, takes the snap, gives it to Thomas. This time trying to dance in the hole. He got to the 39 before being driven back. And it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 3 to go for the Eagles.
Yeah, good defense there to converge on him. Looked like he had an opening for a second, and it closed quickly.
3rd and 4.
So it's 3rd and 4 for the Eagles. 5 minutes to play here as the clock continues to roll. 14-7 McDonald. No scoring here in the second half thus far. Single receiver, that's Mealy to the left. Stack eye. Thomas is going to be the deep back. Now we've got a whistles, and we've got a Warren John F. Kennedy timeout. 4:45 to play in the third. McDonald 14, Warren John F. Kennedy 7 on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Are you ready to hit the gridiron and make your mark? The Cleveland Cobras are recruiting players and coaches for the upcoming Premier Amateur Football League season. We're looking for passion, grit, and the relentless drive to win. Whether you're a seasoned vet or hungry rookie, your shot starts now. Join a brotherhood, build a legacy, strike with the Cobras. Follow us on Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football, or for league information, visit PAFLfootball.com to get started today. Team, pride, Cobras. We now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
Off the timeout, it is 3rd down and 4 coming up for the Eagles.
All right, everybody, welcome back.
Coach Butte using that timeout for this big 3rd down conversion coming up. 2 receivers go to the left, 1 to the right side. Now they'll put that man in motion, pitch it back to him. Going to throw back to Provitt, who's going to look to run with the football. Provitt's got the 1st down and more across the 50, 45, 40, and they go to the bag of tricks for a 1st down to the McDonald 40-yard line.
What a play, as he got all the speed, all the things coming one way, and they really pulled the defense to one side, and that other side was clear and open.
In my pregame interview, Coach Bunte, he told me, he said, we may have a couple of tricks up our sleeve for this game if we need it.
Yep.
And they went to it at the perfect time.
Yes, they did. Absolutely.
And, and I like the timeout call, get your offense all on the same page for a play call like that, and then well executed.
Yes, it was.
1st and 10 down to the 40-yard line. Provitt. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Thomas is his tailback to the left side. Provitt's going to keep it. Eyes downfield, trying to get the edge, and he will not at the 40-yard line. Good pursuit by McDonald defensively. That's Preston Van Meter with help coming up to make the stop for the Blue Devils. No gain, 2nd and 10.
Yep, there they got didn't get anything on that play, but they're gonna have to be very imaginative of what they do on offense here, because they gotta get something going besides just running it. They gotta open some things up. You see that McDonald on defense are coming up closer to the football and being able to defend the run a little bit better.
2nd and 10 from the 40-yard line. Man in motion. That's Thomas.
Good block.
Provett trying to turn the corner, and he slipped down after a short gain. It's going to be 3rd down and 9 for the Eagles.
Very slow development. I think you got to be a little bit more decisive to turn up field and not take it so wide to the numbers. And then you get the defense a chance to really gather themselves and get back into play.
2 minutes, 49 seconds. Clock rolling here in the scoreless third quarter. 14-7, McDonald with the lead. They've held that lead since the 5:22 mark of the second quarter. Single receiver to the left, split 2 to the right side. Provett and Thomas in the backfield. Provett takes the snap, deep drop, being pressured all the way back into his own territory, looking downfield, and he's going to go out of bounds near the 45-yard line as he slid down. Here comes the flag.
Yeah, that's a horse collar. I think they may call a horse collar. Yeah.
One of the offensive linemen just went over and literally picked up Provett and carried him away from that play. That was Aiden Bauer, a senior offensive lineman, was like, I'm not having anything with my quarterback, and literally carried him away.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I mean, they're saying if that was one where actually he was going out of bounds. You could have just allowed him and just touched him. He was going. There was nowhere else he was going except going out of bounds. He wasn't turning up or nothing. It was not a smart move to make that tackle there.
So that penalty will be the 4th called on McDonald. And with the trick play and the personal foul, Dave, this is a big opportunity for the Eagles.
Yep, sure is. And you can't have a horse collar on a guy that's not trying to even make a downfield play. You can't allow that to happen. Now, I know the fans are a little upset about what went on, but actually I'm looking, we're right here in front of us.
And we were right in front of the play.
Right in front of the play. That was just not a smart move.
So 1st and 10 with the ball at the 28-yard line of the Blue Devils. Going to send the man in motion. That's Nick Branca from right to left. Provett's going to give the ball to Stephen Thomas. Thomas across the 20. And he'll be tripped up down near the 18-yard line. That's the burst we saw from Thomas in the first half.
Yeah.
And that is a gain of about 9 for Thomas. It's 2nd and 1.
Yeah.
Under 2 minutes to play here, third quarter.
That's some physical football out there now, and even the crowd is getting riled up because they're seeing guys are getting hit and hit hard, and they thinking it's a little bit over the edge, but that's what you just better keep your head on a swivel when you're in a game like this.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right side. It's Provett and Thomas out of the pistol formation. Down to 90 seconds to play in this quarter. Provett, one quick look, made a man miss midfield, made another man miss, and he'll work his way down to about the 12-yard line. LaMarcus Provett in the open field is dangerous.
Yeah, it's dangerous. Those are the type of guys I don't like. I don't like picking my jock up off the field there. That's the kind of stuff that make you look crazy because he looked like he was dead to rights on the tackle, and then the next thing you know, he was in another area. So
1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. Trips to the right, single receiver to the left. Provett rolling right, looking right.
Ooh.
And kind of that throw was in between. It was hard to tell if that was intended for George Ellis or Branca.
Yeah, I'm thinking it was George Ellis. I think he just overthrew him. And that's what's going to happen when you have a guy that's pressed in the duty to play quarterback when you know what he was as a receiver and with the ball in his hands. So
Jacob Bowser, an offensive lineman for the Eagles, limping towards the sidelines. 55 seconds to go here in this third quarter. Neither team has been able to find the scoreboard in this third quarter. 2nd and 10 for the Eagles from the 12-yard line. $14-7, McDonald with the lead. This is the first real scoring threat for either team here in the second half. Provitt going to go under center, I formation, single receiver, that's Mealy to the right. Man comes in motion. Provitt trying to follow those blocks, trying to get to the edge. And he was able to slip inside one of those tackles.
He's close.
He's all the way down
short.
Inside the 5-yard line. What a run by LaMarcus Provitt.
Yes, it was, because it looked like he was going to be dragged from behind. It just looked that way from here. And I don't even know how he got away from that defender.
David, it's moves in a phone booth where there's not a lot of space to get anything done.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I definitely thought he was going to be dragged down.
18 seconds to play. It's 3rd and 2 for the Eagles. Again, out of the stack eye. Thomas is the tailback. One receiver out to the right side. Provitt is going to try and follow that pile for the first down.
He's close.
He is very close. And he will have the first down. So it will be 1st and goal for the Eagles when we resume action at the start of the 4th quarter. After 3, it is McDonald 14, Warren John F. Kennedy 7. The Lena's Pierogi House 4th quarter is next here on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Village Tavern's been a beloved local landmark in Hubbard, Ohio for nearly a century, and now it's better than ever. Recently renovated and still serving up the same warm hospitality, the Village Tavern is your go-to spot for great food, cold drinks, and a laid-back atmosphere. Whether you're stopping in for dinner, catching up with friends, or just looking to relax, you'll enjoy a full menu of American favorites, rotating drink specials, and friendly service that makes every visit memorable. Be sure to visit the Village Tavern at 746 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to Repair That Glass. To learn more, go to villagetavern3.com. Are you ready to hit the gridiron and make your mark? The Cleveland Cobras are recruiting players and coaches for the upcoming Premier Amateur Football League season. We're looking for passion, grit, and the relentless drive to win. Whether you're a seasoned vet or hungry rookie, your shot starts now. Join a brotherhood, build a legacy, strike with the Cobras. Follow us on Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football, or for league information, visit PAFLfootball.com to get started today. Team, pride, Cobras. We now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
Couple of quick scores on the Discount Power Sports scoreboard. They have gone to the end of 3. Monroeville with a 21-14 lead over Malvern. And after 3, Garraway a 27-0 lead over Crestview.
Boy, shocking.
1st and goal from the 2-yard line as we begin the Lena's Pierogi House 4th quarter. And we've got movement up front by the Eagles. And 1st and goal at the 2 becomes 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
And that's major because, I mean, you're on the doorstep, and now you put yourself back there.
So 2nd and goal now from the 7-yard line. 5th penalty called on the Eagles here tonight.
And they've been in crucial situations when they got those penalties.
Single receiver to the right, stack eye formation for the Eagles. Give it to Thomas, try to cut back, and he's dropped inside the 5 near the 4-yard line. It's now 2nd and goal.
They got to get it back down there. They had to make sure everybody on that line stays, communication be right, and be alert.
4 down territory for the Eagles?
Yeah, I believe so. When you didn't get that touchdown in the first half, before halftime, I think you have to make this 4 down territory.
Single receiver, that's Lucas Mealy, who's going to go to the right. This will be a traditional I formation with a wing to the right side and Nick Branca. Provitt under center. Long look by Provitt. He's going to turn, try to keep the football, look for blockers. That's cut off. He's going to bounce back to the left. He's going to try and turn the corner. Provitt for the goal line. That is a touchdown for the Eagles.
What a smart move there to get back to the other side. And I don't know, did we see a flag? I'm looking around. I don't see anything. No. That was something else. I think they went out on the field. But, boy, when he switched and went to the other side, what a smart move because he was done going to the right side.
Not only did he see, but in motion, switch the ball from left to the right hand as well.
Yep.
That's good coaching. Now George Alice will come on for the extra point. No. They're going to leave the offense out there and try and take the lead. This is big. We saw this earlier that did not go well. Snap to Provett. Provett looking. Provett throwing. End zone. And that will skip incomplete. And the 2-point try, Dave, fails and is no good.
And it looked like it hit the receiver that he could have made the catch. Yep. He kept the ball low in what you're supposed to do around the goal line. You don't want to throw it up in the air. And they weren't able to pull it in.
11:04 to play, fourth quarter. McDonald, 14. Warren John F. Kennedy, 13 on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532. We now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
And we welcome you back here to McDonald, where a 2-point try by the Eagles is just short, and the conversion is no good. We've got a 1-point game at 14-13.
Yeah, Mark, I tell you, that was a close one, and there's one that should have pulled it in, but those things are so tough here. They're going to have to play some good defense and try to get the ball back once again and see if they can get into scoring position.
It is time for another kickoff brought to you by the Village Tavern in Hubbard, located at 746 North Main Street in Hubbard. Find them online at villagetavern3.com. So Georgialis has the ball teed up at the 40-yard line. It's a different look than what we've seen from the Eagles. This kickoff, they'll kick this one away. Field it inside the 10, across the 15, 20. That's Miller across the 25, and down near the 27-yard line is Casey Miller on the return for the Eagles. Or excuse me, for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, big series coming up for both teams. 10:56. You want to try to control this, get a few first downs, all the way to the end zone if you can. But if not, you want to control this ball and run the clock.
You would expect a heavy dose of Drew Zajac on this drive, Dave.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Approaching 9 o'clock, you're listening to Sports Radio 1240 WBBW Youngstown, a Cumulus media station, Western Reserve Radio 2, part of the iMedia One network. Single receivers to each side. It'll be Zajac who gets the carry. And he'll fall forward down to the 30 for 3 yards. Mark Means, Dave Clark, Michael Rickard. It's Matthew Craven at the iMedia Studios in Struthers. Been a fantastic game here in round 2
in
Division 7.
This has been a very entertaining football game, and you couldn't ask for a better thing. When it's the playoffs, this is the type of game you want to see.
Second down and 8 from the 29-yard line. Puckett under center. Gives the ball to Casey Miller. Miller trying to turn the corner. Broke free across the 40. Cuts back 45-50. 45-40. Got a block from Compact 30. 25-20. Down to the 15-yard line.
Here's the Swiss Army knife. That's what I'm talking about right there. You get that guy involved with the ball in his hands. He is it's a big play waiting to happen, and he's a smart runner, too. He uses his blockers correctly. He knows how to run with the football.
55 yards for Casey Miller, and a good job blocking and not committing the foul by McDonald. 1st and 10 at Blue Devils at the John F. Kennedy 15-yard line. It'll be Perry to the left, Crumpack to the right. Zajak's the fullback. Zajac gets the direct handoff. And Zajac
there.
Down to the 10-yard line.
Yeah, it didn't look like something big, but he got about 5 yards on that play.
So 2nd down and 5 from the 10-yard line. Of course, a first down available to the Blue Devils at the 5. Warren John F. Kennedy doing a lot of substituting across that front line. We approach 9 minutes to play. 14-13 McDonald leading Warren John F. Kennedy. Receivers to each side of the formation. Zajac, the senior, gets the carry. Zajac breaks a tackle, and Zajac is in for a 10-yard touchdown for the McDonald Blue Devils.
Nice run there, big opening, and he got right into the end zone. Lots of time left in this football game, so it's nothing to panic about if you're JFK, but I tell you, that was impressive there. Miller's big run was an actual thing that really put them in this position to be able to score.
Zajac, 18 carries and even 100 yards unofficially, and that touchdown. So Crumpack will hold. Larson's extra point on the way, and that big extra point is good.
Yes.
So now 2 backs have gone over the 100-yard mark for the Blue Devils. Zajac, 18 carries for 100 yards. How about Casey Miller, Dave? 8 for 101.
Yeah, he's a big play. I mean, he just runs the football. I like watching how he uses his blockers. He just doesn't run out there and run. He uses his blockers well.
So 21-13 now is the lead, and McDonald only took him a couple of plays to respond quickly.
Yeah, it sure did. And, that was a big thing there. Now they got to come out and play some tough defense and don't allow JFK to get back in the scoring position. And now JFK, if they do score, they have to go for 2 down.
So it is 21-13 here in the Linus Pierogi House 4th quarter. Should McDonald win, they will be right back here next Friday against the Malvern Monroeville winner. That is a lot of M's.
Yeah.
So it is time for the kickoff. It is a little squib kick that is going to be fielded by one of the up men who falls on it at the 36-yard line.
You know, that's good field position to start off with. You got to do something with it, though.
So that Village Tavern kickoff is a short one and sets up Warren John F. Kennedy in some pretty good field position with 8:48 to play. And it looks like McDonald 3 timeouts. Warren John F. Kennedy's got 2. I believe there's a couple of light bulbs that might be out.
Yeah, I think that's why we was having problems in that first half, not knowing whether they had a timeout or not, and we really couldn't tell.
1st and 10 for Provitt and the Eagles. Again, out of the stack formation, single receiver, that's Mealy. Provitt dropping to throw. All kinds of time. Going to take a shot. Has a man downfield and just overthrown and incomplete. Looking for a new receiver who is checked into the game as Giovanni Williams, a freshman wide receiver at 6'2" and 180.
Wow, good size. He's just a freshman. The thing about that there, and he'll learn as a freshman, you don't stop running and looking up. And he was already putting the hands up, just run through the football. That's all you do, just continue to run. Because I didn't know if Provitt can get it out there like that. He definitely did.
2nd and 10 from the 36-yard line. I like the call, Dave. Out of the stack eye, you don't expect that deep shot.
No, absolutely not.
2nd and 10 from the 36-yard line. Single receiver right, trips to the left side. It's Provitt and Thomas in the backfield. Provitt claps, takes the snap, trying to give it to Thomas. Loose ball on the turf. Provitt has to fall on the football. as they banged into each other back at the 27-yard line.
And that play could have been something, too, because if you've seen Provo, they actually started going right with them. The flow of the defense went right with them. They were going to stop him. He gave that ball going the opposite way. We might have had something there.
This is going to be 3rd down and long. 3rd and close to 20 now for the Eagles.
And I'm sure McDonald, they're smart on defense. They'll remember that, to stay in your lane. And if you can stay in your lane, that kind of play will not be successful.
Third and 20. Provett dropping to throw. Looking downfield, fires downfield, and that pass was that intercepted or batted away?
I don't know here. I don't know what's going on.
I think that was incomplete.
Okay.
So, yeah, incomplete.
Yeah, I actually thought it was picked off.
So the incompletion brings up 4th down and 20. So 4th and 20 from the 27-yard line, and the Eagles will punt the ball away. I snap back to Mealy, who gets the kick away. And it's going to be picked up by Krupak, but it rolled out of bounds.
Well, fortunately, he was right there near the sidelines when that happened. Because, boy, if he was in the field to play maybe by the hash marks, that would have been a problem there.
So McDonald will have the football. 7:29 to play here.
Yeah, those type of plays, Mark, that have you pulling your hair out there is, man, he's just thankful he was there at the sidelines and that ball trickled out of bounds.
Those type of plays make you happy to be up here instead of on the sidelines,
Yeah.
Dave?
Oh, yeah. They're screaming and going crazy.
So
there it is.
That's going to be Williams again with the carry. And that's going to be a first down for Williams. He needed 10, he got 11, and that'll move the chains.
Yeah, that was Miller again, but he's probably going to have to come out. He's been cramping, and he's starting to cramp up again. I think he's going to have to come out the game. Yep. Well, is he going to try to stand? He's getting somebody else in there.
Hey, he's coming to the sidelines.
Yeah, he's cramping up bad after that long run before they scored, and they was trying to stretch him out. He got back in there. Nice run there also, and here he's cramping up. He's had a very good night tonight.
It's Dom Sampson, the junior, 5'8", 175, checking in for Thomas. They will turn, give the ball to Van Meter. Van Meter broke free down the sidelines, got another first down. He's all the way down to the 42-yard line, and it's another McDonald first down.
Yeah, this is one of those type of games when you get these cramps like that. It's chilly, it's cool, it's getting cooler and cooler as we go to the evening here, and this is where you start to see guys, especially when they're a workhorse like Miller has been, start to cramp up.
Yeah, Miller and Zajac had big nights running the football for the Blue Devils. 1st and 10 from the JFK 42. It's Zajac on the carry.
Got a flag.
Zajac down to the 38, but this is in the area. It is going to be holding on the Blue Devils, thrown by our referee. So that holding penalty is going to back McDonald up. With 6:34 to play in the fourth quarter. 21-13 is the lead for the Blue Devils. Miller still on the sidelines. Just trying to get him an extra couple of seconds rest. But to stretch out that right calf. 1st and 15. Zajac gets the carry. Zajac is going to be stood up right at the line of scrimmage. That's a big number 78, Carter DeJulia, 6'4", 270 on that D-line.
Yeah, and when they met, it came to a standstill.
Second down and long now coming up for the Blue Devils. Cavaliers rolling tonight in Cleveland against the Wizards, up by 30 plus. That game over on Christmas 104, 103.9 FM. Second and 15, under 6 minutes to play in this game. Double wing formation, pocket to throw. Has time, looking for Crumpack in double coverage, and he made the catch at the 15-yard line. That's Josh Crumpack, the sophomore, with a big catch.
Yeah, great coverage. Coverage was there, but I'm going to tell you, that's what you call a veteran-type move by the receiver. Just a little bump in the back. So he was able to get that separation where he's able to make the catch. Referees didn't pick that up at all, but I can see that from here.
31 yards on the completion to Crumpack, and this defense just kind of lulls you asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have a quarterback like Kyle Puckett, and that was beautiful ball placement by the senior.
Yep.
First and 10 from the 16-yard line. Van Meter's the wing to the left. He's going to lead block for Miller, who's back in. And Miller, who's back in the end zone from 16 yards out for Casey Miller. And it's 27-13 McDonald.
Yep, I tell you, as I call him, I like to call him the Swiss Army knife. Is he makes big plays when the ball is in his hand. He can run that ball efficiently. He knows how to use his blocking, and he gets into the end zone once again.
Miller, 10 for 128 and 2 scores. Extra point on the way, and good. It's not bad if you average just a shade under 13 yards a carry, Dave.
Not at all. It's not at all. And I mean, he's doing everything that's asked of him, and he's making some big plays tonight.
Tonight's fourth quarter brought to you by Lena's Pierogi House, your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Visit Lena's Pierogi House on Facebook to see the weekly lineup of available favorites for dine-in or carry-out. Call Lena's Pierogi House at 234-254-8532. Unbelievable couple of plays, couple of runs by Casey Miller, who was cramping up, came off the field for a few snaps offensively, came right back in and went right to the house for 16 yards.
Yeah, and then the great pass by Puckett to the receiver there. I mean, that was a great pass there to get him downfield. So they've just done things they need to. They got that score. It gives them a nice separation. And if somebody's calling in or looking at the game mark now, they'll think, oh, they got to control. This has just been a very well-played football game.
Miller now at 200 total yards, 10 catches for 128, 4 receptions for 72 yards, So 200 all-purpose yards for Casey Miller. This is a Village Tavern kickoff that is going to be fielded at the 32-yard line and covered up quickly by one of the Eagles. That's Jacob Leiber.
Well, I give McDonald great credit with this kicking off, keeping that ball on the ground, and not getting it back to the guys that can make some big plays happen right away.
Dave, once Warren John F. Kennedy got the touchdown to draw this into a one-point game, it's like the McDonald offense went into an extra gear.
Yeah, sure did. Yep. And that was big, too. Just give them separation. They don't want to relax, but it did give them that cushion and security.
5 minutes to play in this game. Provit going to hand the ball off to the man in motion, trying to sweep the corner. That's Branca turning the corner and down to the 31-yard line.
Is he going down?
He didn't want to.
No. Still playing with determination out there.
So give him a nice gain of about 5 yards. It's second and 5. So we are now down to 4.5 minutes to play in the Lena's Pierogi House fourth quarter. Provett takes the snap on 2nd and 5, drops to throw. Pumps, pressured, on the roll, and he's just going to step out of bounds into that McDonald bench as there was nothing open downfield. .4:14 to play in this fourth quarter. 28-13. Warren John F. Kennedy trying to get their passing game going. Second half, Poland at 28 and Liberty 7 on the Discount Power Sports scoreboard. Provett looks downfield, has a man open. That's Brian Rudd right near that first down marker, makes the completion for the first down.
Yeah. Nice pass there. He got it right there on target. The receiver was able to catch it, get out of bounds, stop the clock, and then get the first down.
Clock stopped at 4:07 to play. 28-13. Provett takes the snap, tried to start forward, just completely lost his footing and went down at the 41-yard line. Under 2 minutes to play, fourth quarter. Garraway about to end Crestview's perfect season. 34-0 is the lead for the Garraway Pirates.
Yep, that's something. Yeah, this here, what a shocker though, Crestview. And they came to Crestview and did that at their home.
That's a playoff season Garraway team. Provett to throw, stepping up, gonna run. He'll get a couple and get out of bounds with 3:19 to play in this football game.
3rd and long.
Get you an update on Monroeville and Malvern as that game has moved into the latter stages. 3rd down and 11. Provett single receiver to the right and trips to the left side. He'll drop to throw. Pressured by Zajac, steps into a throw, has a man open. That's George Alice, and George Alice is going to be about 2 yards shy of the first down.
Yeah, nice pass there. Got it to him. I wasn't sure George Alice was able to catch that. He probably should have got upfield and tried to get as much as he possibly could.
Of the first down, it is a big.
So 4th and 2. 28-13 is the lead for the homestanding Blue Devils. Provett gonna roll to his right. Now throw, had a man open, and that sailed high and incomplete. And that'll be a turnover on downs back to McDonald.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's the little intricacies that you play the quarterback position. That's not his position. That's the type of throw you got to get out there and then be able to plant and get that ball, and it wouldn't sell on you like that, throwing off the back foot.
So the Blue Devils will take over on downs. Final from Crestview, Dave. All Garraway tonight, 34-0 over Crestview, who finishes the season at 10-1.
Yeah, that's really, I mean, it's a great record, but you hate losing at home in that type of thing.
That's Miller on the carry.
Oh,
Miller took a huge hit across the 50 and down to the 48-yard line of Warren John F. Kennedy.
Yeah, you know, Miller there now, that's the first thing I'll say that was a negative there is, you know, you're up. You win this game. You got another big game next week. You don't need to get no injuries. That's one of them you just step out of bounds. Just step out. Save yourself for another day.
2:32 to play in this fourth quarter. 2nd and 4 coming up for the Blue Devils. It's going to be Josh Crumpack, the sophomore receiver, to the right. Jordan Perry, the senior receiver, to the left. They give the ball to Zajac. 2 hands wrapped around the ball as he spins forward.
Oh, there you go.
Still on his feet. Zajac across the 35 and carrying tacklers to the 34-yard line for Drew Zajac.
Nice run there. Power run there. He's dragging guys all over and was determined not to go down.
Zajac over 100 yards rushing, puts him over 1,000 for the season. He came in to this game with 9:01 and now up over the 1,000-yard mark on the season.
Well, the Cavs was up 31 points as the mullet man went to the line and was able to.
He got some points, did he?
Yes, he did.
I think those might be the first of the season. That is going to be another run by Miller. And he'll pick up a couple yards. And we've got 1.5 minutes to play here in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, they're trying to run this clock out now. And they can see themselves going to the next round.
So the Blue Devils, they are 80 seconds away from an 11-0 season and awaiting the winner of Malvern and Monroeville.
Before the game is over, $4 sandwiches. Stop on by.
2nd down and 9 from the 33-yard line. 1 minute to play. We're just going to bring everyone inside, and Kyle Puckett's going to take a knee. And you can hear in the crowd mic below us, the celebration is about to begin for the McDonald Blue Devils. Here in this Lena's Pierogi House, fourth quarter, Kyle Puckett's trying to fire up the crowd down below us tonight. It'll be one more kneel down for the Blue Devils. Puckett takes the knee, and the final 30 seconds of this one will roll off the clock. Final score here tonight. It is McDonald 28 and Warren John F. Kennedy 13. And loving to see the sportsmanship as Jordan Perry over there to talk to LaMarcus Probert at the end of the game. McDonald improves to 11-0. They will move on to the next round, and the Warren John F. Kennedy Eagles finish their season at 6-6. We'll take a break. We'll come back, begin the post-game show next here on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240. Discount Power Sports LLC is continuing to grow. They offer ATVs, dirt bikes, go-karts, electric bicycles, while offering off-road power sport repair services. Located at 758 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to the newly renovated Village Tavern. Discount Power Sports LLC also offers financing and accepts all major credit cards. Discount Power Sports LLC, find them online at discountpowersports.biz. Discount Power Sports LLC, where value meets adventure.
Are you ready to join the legacy? This is your chance to become part of something special with the Youngstown Patricians. Honoring the proud football tradition of the Valley, we're on the lookout for talented post-high school athletes who want to make their mark on the field. Whether you're a seasoned high school athlete, college, or former professional player, develop your skills and become part of a team that values hard work, dedication, and community spirit. Don't wait. Begin your path to the gridiron by visiting youngstownpat.com or contacting us on Facebook at the Youngstown Patricians. Be bold, be legendary, join the Youngstown Patricians today.
Western Reserve Radio is the Valley's online source for sports talk and local live events. Tune in and be a part of their live weekly shows, as well as all of the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey, high school football, and the GDFL. Find them at westernreserveradio.com. Tune in and the Live 365 app to be a part of the area's sports conversation. Be sure to visit them on Facebook at Western Reserve Radio and on Twitter at WR_radio.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
We now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
Back here in McDonald as the Blue Devils move on to the third round of the postseason with a 28-13 win over Warren John F. Kennedy. Quick look at the final unofficial numbers. Provitt, 5 of 15 through the air for 32 yards. Nick Branca threw it once for 22 yards. Leading receiver, that was Anthony Georgialis, 2 catches for 12 yards. Running the football tonight, Stephen Thomas, the senior, 17 carries for 91 yards and a touchdown. LaMarcus Provitt, 21 carries for 65 yards and a touchdown. For the Blue Devils tonight, Kyle Puckett, Dave, he only threw it 7 times, completing 6 of those for 110 yards and a touchdown. Leading receiver in the game, that was Casey Miller, 4 carries for 74 receptions for 72 yards. You mix in the fact that Miller ran it 12 times for 134 yards and a couple of touchdowns. He had 200 all-purpose yards tonight.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He was a big-time player in a big-time moment. That's what you want during this time when you're in the playoffs.
Drew Zajac, 20 carries for 112 yards. And a touchdown. All those numbers add up to the 11th win in 11 games for the Blue Devils this season. We'll take our final break. We'll come back and we'll hopefully have a final score for the other half of the bracket for you after this on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240. Discount Power Sports LLC is continuing to grow. They offer ATVs, dirt bikes, go-karts, electric bicycles, while offering off-road power sport repair services. Located at 758 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to the newly renovated Village Tavern. Discount Power Sports LLC also offers financing and accepts all major credit cards. Discount Power Sports LLC, find them online at discountpowersports.biz. Discount Power Sports LLC, where value meets adventure.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532. Are you ready to join the legacy? This is your chance to become part of something special with the Youngstown Patricians. Honoring the proud football tradition of the Valley, we're on the lookout for talented post-high school athletes who want to make their mark on the field. Whether you're a seasoned high school athlete, college, or former professional player, develop your skills and become part of a team that values hard work, dedication, and community spirit. Don't wait. Begin your path to the gridiron by visiting youngstownpat.com or contacting us on Facebook at the Youngstown Patricians. Be bold, be legendary, join the Youngstown Patricians today. The Village Tavern's been a beloved local landmark in Hubbard, Ohio for nearly a century, and now it's better than ever. Recently renovated and still serving up the same warm hospitality, the Village Tavern is your go-to spot for great food, cold drinks, and a laid-back atmosphere. Whether you're stopping in for dinner, catching up with friends, or just looking to relax, you'll enjoy a full menu of American favorites, rotating drink specials, and friendly service that makes every visit memorable. Be sure to visit the Village Tavern at 746 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to Repair That Glass. To learn more, go to villagetavern3.com. We now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
Wrapping things up one final time here from the home of the McDonald Blue Devils as they get the victory here tonight by a final score of 28-13. And boy, Dave, when things got close down the stretch, this McDonald offense found another gear.
Yeah, they did an excellent job of just turning up the fire, as they say, and was able to just take over at the end there. I just like what they did, definitely, on offense.
They will meet the winner of Malvern and Monroeville here next Friday night for a 7 o'clock kickoff. Make sure to stay tuned to all of our Sports Radio 1240 social media, Facebook and X. We will let you know where we will be next Friday. We hope to be right back here in McDonald for the next round matchup for the Blue Devils. Big thank you to the staff here, setting us up in a great spot and a great view. Big thank you to Matthew Craven back at our iMedia studios in Struthers. For Michael Rickard on the numbers and my partner Dave Clark, my name is Mark Means. McDonald is moving on. The Blue Devils win tonight 28-13. Hear it all right here on Sports Radio 1240 and Western Reserve Radio 2. Have a great night, everyone.
We thank you for joining us for this special presentation of the iMedia One Network, and we now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.
You're listening to Western Reserve Radio at westernreserveradio.com on the Live 365 network and the Live 365 app.